Now, it occurs to me I didn't have the common sense to actually check the connection strength before we got here, so hey, let's just see how it goes. But yes, this is pretty much everybody for the time being. So, who have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, everyone's in. Okay, excellent. So can I just get folks to confirm or deny that you can access your character sheets and what you see is what you expect to see?
I confirm.
Indeed.
Excrement. I mean, excellent.
Also confirmed.
Bit of slip of the tongue there. Okay. Anybody who wants to hear Syrinscape can hear something?
Yep.
As long as they remember to press the play button.
Nope, but I was late to the game the last time.
Fair enough.
It started playing eventually, but I had to wait for like 6 minutes or so.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not that big a deal, so don't worry too much about it.
It's actually very important background noise. You just can't hear the clues in the background right now.
that muted whispering. That's actually a code. It's the cheat code.
Left, left.
If only we'd been listening. Gonna rely on you, Oz, then to be listening to the clues while we all hair around like headless chickens.
I like that mental imagery there. Hair around like headless chickens. Kind of a mixed farm animal metaphor there. I like it.
Yeah.
Anyways, cool beans. If we're all in and checked in and okay, then let's just quickly play the intro vid for a couple of seconds before we come back. Excuse us, folks. Ooh, sinister. I like it. Hello, folks. I'm MJ the GM, and I will be your Games Master for the next couple of hours doing Carrion Crown, a first edition Pathfinder adventure path, but converted to second edition by those clever clogs at a series of dice-based events. So as per usual, thank you very much to Darby and those guys who made the conversion, without which we'd be fumbling around in the dark. But you don't want to see my silly face, you want to see these guys and their character icons, so let me take you to the majority, but not all, of my Carrion Crown Crusaders. Here they are, in all their resplendent glory.
Hello.
Good evening.
So. If we recall, we were on about day 4 of your character's tenure in the town of Ravengro, and you decided to start this day off, rather than doing background research and whatnot, you actually went off and investigated the claims of a hidden cache of ghost capturing items that you also did actually ask Father Grimbarrow for permission for first, which was very polite. Well done. Oh!
Welcome.
Hello.
We all died horribly, Emilia. Where were you?
It only took 4 minutes. Well, that was a surprise.
I've been misled. It was not about me.
Oh.
They were here for something else.
That's just rude. Come back to us, Emilia. We'll make it all about you somehow.
Why did the party TPK? Emilia.
I was listening to the whispers and...
Yeah, he misinterpreted the whispers on the wind, the clues. Unfortunately, they were red herrings. No, I just given the quick summary of where you guys are currently. So, you have essentially managed to procure these ghost hunting items from the special cache found in the Restland Cemetery, and you had just patched yourselves up from the small amount of injury that you did sustain. So it's now a question of what you guys wish to do next, essentially. So, let's take you guys back to Ravengro for the minute.
Ravengro. Model.
Oops-a-daisy. So, contrary to what these icons are showing, you guys had actually departed for the Restlands, which was to the north, all the way up yonder, but you've since come back from that, so it's now up to you guys to what it is you think you ought to be doing next. Especially because you had a couple of questions towards the end of that those series of encounters in the cemetery, so over to you.
I think we were going to head back to Father Grimborough to give him the IOU for Ash, to let him know that we get everything from there to help us in hunt these spirits.
Fair enough. Anybody else with any other observations or what they think their character will be doing at this particular point in time, then?
Are we looking at the end of the day following our adventure into the crypt?
I believe your adventure into the crypt was not all that late. So you still have some of the day remaining.
We did start the day with it, didn't we? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Well, Caelee's up for anything.
Noted.
Almost anything. We're notes. We're making notes.
Nearly got you there. Dang it. Okay. So I'm assuming you guys are sticking together for the moment then?
Yes.
I think so. After the shock of finding undead in the false crypt.
Hmm.
Yeah, finding your bub.
Right you are then. So, you aren't accosted by anybody, you're getting fewer suspicious looks than you were before, but for the moment you're back to the Temple of Pharasma, and Father Grimborough welcomes you in with a curious look on his face. Well, that was certainly swift.
Oh,
Did you find what you were looking for?
yes.
And no.
No, yes.
Yes
Were you aware
and
there
no
was-
yes.
Well, were you aware there was dead presence in that that crypt?
I beg your pardon? That's impossible.
Right. Well, I mean, it's not there anymore. We dealt with it and burnt the remains, but there was some sort of undead thing that came crawling out from one of the tombs and very much tried to accost us. Thankfully, old Roach here put it down fairly quickly. With help from the rest of us, but
Yes. But it was a lesser mummy, Father.
A
Which is
lesser
troubling.
mummy in the Restlands?
Yes.
Well, this is horrifying. If not, shouldn't be possible. Well-
exactly.
Nobody wants to mention the bugs. Like, come on, am I the only...
Also, some giant centipede things, but
Well,
they at
okay,
least had
but
the grace to be living.
The undead's just normal for Caelee. It's just like, what are these bugs doing here?
Yeah.
whereas for Father Grimborough, the expression he's wearing seems to indicate the actual opposite. Well, bugs I could understand. They nestle themselves in dark places and such, but... Well, this is most distressing.
Sure. In Caelee's defense of mentioning the bugs, they were giant. Several
Either
of them,
way,
each huge.
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
Yeah.
Either way, undead. Well, this is really just terrible. I must gather some of my acolytes together and see to reconsecrating the ground as soon as possible. Oh, well, you must think me frightfully lazy as far as a clergyman goes. Not have...
Well, no, I mean, obviously it seems like you didn't know about this in there, so I don't think there's any huge blame on you. But yeah, it's
well, thank you for bringing this to my attention. And
of course,
this certainly does seem to suggest that there is indeed a very big problem here in Ravengro now. May I ask one thing of you?
Of course.
Do not spread word of this around. If regular folk started to get the idea that the dead will start rising from the grave any moment, a panic would ensue. However, best mention this to Sheriff Caelee, just in case. We need to make sure there are people, at least on patrol, that know to look out for somewhat more strange things. Whilst I gather my acolytes.
Caelee kind of cringes for a moment in response and thinks about... I already forgot his name, but the guy that encountered us at the wrestlings, and is thinking, "Oh, please don't put them on there. They're already suspicious of it."
Old Man Gibbs, I think you're referring to?
Yes, Gibbs. Oh, please don't put Gibbs on it.
Oh, no. Good Lord, no. Great grey lady. I know better than to involve that drunkard.
That's all we need is to feed his conspiracies.
Exactly. It's all I can do, usually, to keep him calm and centered these days. Gibbs has been through a lot, though, so please try not to judge him too harshly. Old soldier, you see. Injured. Very bitter.
Ooh.
Anyway.
Yeah. In a war or something, or drunkenly fallen downstairs.
No, I believe he was involved in a minor armed conflict when he lived elsewhere. He doesn't say much about his past, but some of my acolytes have had to treat some of his chronic pain, so that type of pain tends to be from long-standing injuries. You get to recognize your fair share. Anyway, it's not for me to state anything of the man's private life to others, but yes, do try to take his curmudgeonness in stride if you can. But yes, I agree with Sister Caelemne here that feeding Gibbs's, as you say, conspiracy theories will do nobody any good, ultimately. Just Sheriff Caelee, I think, needs to be informed of this. Very worrying. Well, once again, thank you for bringing this to our attention. I hope I'm not keeping you from anything.
Oh, no.
No, Father. But we ask for additional day of research at the temple, if it pleases you.
That's fine by me, absolutely. Makes sense. I won't bemoan anybody wishing to do more research. Which does bring up a question. Who wants to do
the time
what?
remaining?
You've got... It's getting close to midday by this point, I would have thought. So you do have the latter half of the day to you.
Okay.
Reading. Oh.
I mean, I don't mind continuing research. But,
Yeah.
What is there anything else we wanted to do as a group before we go and make individual decisions?
Good question.
Well,
What do you think?
Rell
folks?
was mentioned.
Rell was
Rell mentioned investigating relationships of a certain sheriff to a certain
Oh, yes.
drug dealer.
Drug dealer.
Well, the pharmacist.
Oh yes, the pharmacist.
Oh, no, this lady here. The apothecary.
Oh yeah.
Pharmacist, apothecary,
Oh.
essentially the same kind of thing.
No, I was connecting those completely differently, which Father Grimbro was just talking about treating the chronic pain of Gibbs, and I'm like, wait a minute, this guy,
I see.
this drug dealer.
Yes, they're connected to each other. Maybe
You're
there's a
saying this
conspiracy.
whole town is full of drug
Yes.
dealers?
Yep.
Hang on while
That's
I
really
rewrite
what
the
this
entire
town is for.
plot.
Yeah.
Did I say undead? What I actually meant was drug dealers. Yeah. So there we
This
are.
is Carrion Crown, the Wire edition.
Your reward is 2 gold and some Alabama Kush.
Good stuff.
Okay.
We have to go and see the sheriff anyway, right? So why don't we could pop in and conversation with the apothecary while we were there.
Could do if you really wanted to. While those who want to stay behind and do research in the Temple of Pharasma can do that as well.
What do you
Caelee
mean
will
by
stay to research.
relationship, Albert?
We don't know.
I mean,
maybe it's
they're
a
next door
conspiracy.
neighbours, right?
Nick, you go first.
Yes, I'm sorry, but Nick is joking.
Oh,
He's just suggesting that there might be some sort of a conspiracy going on, and their relationship might be of those trying to conspire against the people of the local community. Who knows?
Who knows?
He's just laughing.
So what was your comment?
I was Bastien being blithely unaware of the idea of the sheriff and the apothecary being in an actual relationship.
Okay then, so pretty much put your character tokens wherever you wish them to be spending their time. And we will see to y'all as we see to y'all. Why the accent, Matt? I don't know.
We just leave Rell
Felt
to do
like
the things elsewhere.
I'm torn because
I
I
Sorry, go on,
wanted to
Emilia.
research, but I can't resist the gossip.
Aha. Go where your heart desires. The
I'll
goss
accompany you.
or the knowledge? The goss. There we are.
Couple of Che Cafes over there.
No, there was no Kathy. There was a Minda and a Benjamin. No Kathys.
Hey,
Okay. So, we got 3 folks sticking around the Temple of Pharasma, 2 going for the good goss between the sheriff and the apothecary. Okie dokie. Roach. What's Roach doing in the Temple of Pharasma?
his reading isn't amazing. Hasn't really come up in roleplay, but I guess the pilot doesn't know that he's somewhat illiterate. But you probably see the words that these companions are researching, trying to find books that have similar titles or mentions, like similar way the word's spelt for like Harrowstone. So it's mainly just pointing books out for other people.
Roach, our symbologist.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I guess he's like kind of like trying to bullshit his way into finding books that are relevant to our cause.
Cool. Okay. In that case, if you are at the Temple of Pharasma, you have the option of researching Harrowstone or researching the Whispering Way.
Harrowstone.
Yeah, I think I'll do
Caelee
that
will
too.
also be Harrowstone.
So all 3 guys are going for Harrowstone. Okay, so in order for let me start that sentence again. In order for Harrowstone, we want society checks. So you can do them individually, or you can assist one another with them. That one, I think, looks like a winner. Oh, yes. Well done, Ragnar.
Yes.
I'm gonna guidance.
Ooh, that's a good one as well. Hey, Roach is doing his
I don't
part.
trust myself.
No pressure, Caelee, but you're being shown up by Roach and Ragnar here. Oh, that's a good point. Since you guys are the only ones doing research, you automatically get Kendra assisting, which means you've automatically got another research point going into this, whether or not you succeed. And that is... Ooh, not quite. Okay. Somehow, Ragnar and Roach being here maybe upset the delicate silence and balance that Caelee had established as being able to rock the research earlier on. So the fact that these two great big armoured lummoxes are now clanking around the church is maybe making Caelee a bit distracted, even with guidance. It was a case of clank, 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 clank. Hey, Caelee, what's this?
There's no. They're not obeying the rules of the Dewey Decimal System.
Where did you get that? No, Rell
just
put
on
that
the
in the other queue the other day.
Yep.
So it's like,
It's mostly just picking up after them as they just run around.
Or that as well,
Yes.
yes. It's like Roach leaning into Ragnar. Ragnar, what's that? And Ragnar just points out, it's called a holy symbol, Roach. You know, they hang them off your neck. That's what that is. Ah, I thought it was the letter Q. No. You know, on it goes like that. Stuff like that. But Roach and Ragnar do get somewhere, interestingly enough. So, yeah, that is 1 and 2, and Kendra makes 3. So we are going to go to the investigation board ever so briefly. What were we on? So that is up to 5 on Harrowstone. Okay, cool. Very good. So, yes, what do you learn? Well, you get the obvious. Harrowstone is a ruined prison, but it was partially destroyed in a fire in 4661 by Aradan's reckoning, which is about 50 years previous to now. And the building has stood vacant ever since. The locals suspect that it's haunted and don't enjoy speaking about the place. But that's as much as you get so far.
Mm-hmm. Do we sense any potential for further information?
Absolutely. There's a lot more. I mean, you got the gist of that anyway, just from speaking to people. So you know there's more to it than that. And the same goes for the Whispering Way. You know, just knowing that they were a cult of necromancers is okay knowledge, but
we're just breaking
fairly certain there's more to it than just that.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, if anybody needs a little time to jot down notes in the investigation board, let me know that you're doing so I don't just jump away. Nope, we all good?
I'm all good. Yep.
Yes.
We're all good. Okay, in which case we jump over to Bastien and Rell. Walking their way into the middle of the town square, and what are you doing? Are you just barging into the apothecaries and just asking this lady outright what she does? Or are you going to be spying from the pagoda in the middle of the town square? What's the tack that you're taking here, guys?
I don't know, I'm very new to all this. What did you think was the best approach, Rell?
You know, we just walk in, start browsing some wares, maybe strike up some conversation and let things evolve naturally.
Sounds great.
Okay.
Should I stand? Like, I don't know. I'm.
So,
Do I sound like this?
Now, this is a very niche thing, so I can't exactly explain the mental image I've got going through my head at the specific moment in time. All I can say is what's going through my head is Bastien doing his best to try what he thinks are nonchalant poses.
Yep.
But are obviously so badly staged that they're obvious that they're
Yep.
fake.
You
I
were doing
hold
so
a book?
good. You were doing so good earlier today when we went to the temple. Where did that all go?
Well, I guess I'm used to speaking to like Parasman or the people of the Grave Lady's Guard. They're all my people, I guess. A bit stuffy, a bit obsessed with the undead, but that's all fine. But this is like a regular person. Not really. How does one talk to regular folk? How do you do it?
The same way. Maybe a bit less mention of undead, but Pharasmans are also regular people under the cloth, right?
Right, yes. Good, yes, good point. I'm just a regular person underneath all of this.
So, in the shop, you've got a well-stocked supply of let me try and say this correctly, pharmacological provisions, both of the herbal and the alchemical varieties. So there's a very interesting smell to the place when you go in. Very herbal, but there's also a lot of jars containing some liquids, some powders. So in some places, depending on how close you get, there's a bit of an acrid smell. In other places, can be quite a pleasantly sweet smell. Other side of the shop, very herby smell. The lady who runs the place, a very affable lady, looks to be about maybe just cresting her early 30s in the right light. But
for medieval times.
So as soon as she sees you guys come in, she just straightens her skirt, come over and says, "Hello, can I help you with anything?"
Hi. Regular folks here to talk to other regular folks.
She just nods
Over.
very slowly. Uh-huh. Is he with you, dear? She turns to Rell.
Unfortunately, yes.
What exactly
we
is his problem, then?
I don't think he's been very socialized. I'm pretty sure he's been from one of those closed-off communities.
Oh, no, I didn't mean that. I just assumed that if you were bringing him in, then he had some kind of...
Oh.
I'm very sorry. I assumed that... Accept my apologies, sir. I was thrown for a minute, your manner of speaking, and I just assumed... maybe you had an ailment that you needed my help with, because that's why most people come in here. Can I get a really quick perception check from Rell, please? As like a sense motive.
Sorry, I already clicked like the perception one before. Oh?
Okay. Yeah, Rell gets the message very, very quickly. She assumed that because of the way he was talking, the way that regular folks don't talk, that he had something wrong with him, and that's why you were bringing him in order for her to see him, to see if there was anything that she could possibly give Bastien to try and fix the way he appears to be. And she's now rather embarrassed that doesn't appear to be the case. So she's a little bit flustered. Sorry, go on.
An itch.
But then that's when
over scratches.
Luckily, the bell on the door goes, at which point the sheriff walks in. These miscreants aren't causing you any trouble, I hope, there, Jaminda? Oh, good afternoon, Benjamin. No, there's no trouble whatsoever. Like I was saying, my dears, anything that I can help either of you with? No?
It was mainly just to see what type of
Go on, Emilia.
Okay. We're more in the interested in preventative measures or stocking up for later when we might need
Oh, I see.
healing. Yeah.
Well, if it's alchemical or herbal, we have remedies for mostly everything. And she starts to take you through her inventory. I will let both Bastien and Rell give me perception checks as sense motive checks now. Either or both. Oh my great good God.
It's either really good or really bad.
Well, yes, the fact that you're getting crits so early.
That's when you want your crits, when you're conversing with shopkeepers.
Yeah, indeed. And like later on when you really, really need them. So
Yep.
Okay. Rell, I'll say you get this too, but Bastien definitely gets this, and how Bastien handles it, being Bastien, I'd leave entirely up to you. But just standing there, letting Jaminda rattle off her inventory, casting the occasional glance in the sheriff's direction, he's paying a lot of attention to, and he's just watching her. You get the impression that he's heard this, the sales spiel before lots of times, but he's not really listening. He's just looking at her, and there's a slight reddening in his cheeks, which you normally wouldn't be able to see because of the beard, but standing close enough you can get it, and you kind of look to her to look to him to see how he's looking at her, and it's terribly obvious that he likes her. She seems... You're not sure that it's totally... It's not reflected. She seems to be genuinely friendly with him, but you don't think it's bordering further than just minor affection. Whereas for him, he seems to be more than a little besotted. If he was an anime character, he would have sparkly eyes right now, and there'd be little hearts bulging up from behind him.
Okay.
Oh, buddy.
Bastien is going to walk over to like closer to the sheriff and say, "Don't mind, Sheriff. Could I have a quick word with you? Just in here." And I'm going to sort of lead him either to the like the doorway of the shop or outside, whichever is far enough away so that Jaminda can't hear what I'm about to say.
It's almost like he snaps out of hypnosis. He's sorry, what? Oh, yes. Oh, of course. Yeah. Outside's fine.
Perfect. Right. Be back in a second, Rell. And Jaminda, thank you. Sounds like a wonderful inventory. Plenty of great things for us to purchase. Useful. Yes, useful.
Oh, and she now, as Bastien and the sheriff are walking away, Jaminda heard the word purchase and has now perked up quite significantly and is looking expectantly towards Rell.
Right. Yes. Let me just check my purse for a second to see how much this investigation is gonna cost us.
Well, it's, she's any level 1 alchemical or herbal, pretty much anything you want, you can get in here.
Now, how would I bring up anything that's like against effects that like undead afflict?
Okay.
Yeah, like what the mummy rot was, or in the similar vein, without raising too much suspicion, like
I see.
making sure we're keeping on the quiet.
Circumspect. You've got religion. Give it a bang. And by bang, I mean
got
roll.
religion, but I don't have the wisdom for it.
That's fine. You still got quite a bit there. So, with undead, especially because you've got medicine as well, the things that suggest themselves with the undead are things to do with the fact that they are corpses that are animate, and therefore they carry all sorts of horrible bacteria for the most part. So most of the stuff you're looking at is gonna be trying to stave off or cure disease for the most part. Very few undead, to your broad knowledge, are poisonous, or venomous I should say. I forget which term is actually correct. So either way, things like anti-venoms and stuff like that are going to be less applicable than antidotes, disease, anything that helps against diseases and the like. But the lesser mummy rot from the creature in the false crypt was something of an exception. That was a really nasty combination of both disease and curse. So dealing with something of that caliber would be a different matter entirely. That's definitely take your afflicted to the Temple of Pharasma straight away kind of job. Because they would need a double whammy of having a curse lifted and then a disease treated, so. But for the most part, yeah, you're looking at mostly disease-assisted stuff. If that makes sense.
Yeah, probably what I would aim for then. And let me just check, because Nick posted it in Discord, how many I could even get.
Anti-plague. Yes, indeed.
I will make a purchase of 2 of those just to have on hand later.
Cool. What you can do then is, if you go into your character sheet,
and just purchase it with equipment.
Purchase it with you probably want to look at consumables, and just make sure that your character token is selected, which it probably was when you double clicked on it to bring up the whatever. Otherwise, it throws a bit of a fit if you try and buy it when there's not a token on screen. There we are, it automatically took your money.
Yep.
To anti-plague.
And she's made a nice 6 gold off of us.
She has. She's very pleased with that. Thank you very much. Please come again. Puts them in a nice paper bag for you and hands them over. Complete with cork stoppers and, let's say, pretty thick glass vials, so they should be difficult to smash. Meanwhile, what's Bastien doing outside of the shop with the sheriff?
So once we're outside, I'm just going to say to him, I'm sorry to pull you away. I don't know if you're looking to buy some wares in there, but a bit of an update for you.
Oh, right, I see. Yes, go ahead.
Well, me and the gang, we found reference to a secret stash in the Restlands.
What kind of secret stash?
It was something that the Temple of Pharasma apparently put there many years ago. Not exactly when.
What are we saying here? Booze?
No. It was stuff for. I look at left and right, territorially. Stuff for fighting against undead.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. When you said stash, I immediately thought. Sorry, something else.
No,
yes.
Go. That's fine. But we went there, and sure enough, there was a stash with your typical kind of Pharasman implements. And I'll show him a vial of holy water that I've got. This kind of thing. But more than that, we were accosted in there by some undead creature.
You can see he's about to go, "What?" But he checks himself very quickly as he notices all the people walking by. What?
Right. Exactly. Now, Father Grimborough, and he had no idea, but he's going to get him and his acolytes are going to be extra vigilant there. But he thought, it would be a good idea to give you a heads up, in case needed to brief your the guard and your men in terms of being extra vigilant in case something has caused this to happen. It seemed strange that he should have this thing should suddenly have occurred where it should not have been.
Well, indeed, yes.
Yes.
Thank you for bringing this to my attention.
Of course, we're only telling you,
right.
because obviously could be something that might terrify the locals.
Well, absolutely.
Not that you're not a local.
Yes, thank you. I get what you mean. But thank you for checking just to make sure I understood that. I'm joking, young'un.
Phew. Okay, sorry. I didn't want to be in trouble with the law. This soon out of in town.
Well, indeed. That's fine. Thank you for the consideration. All right. I'm going to be very careful how I brief my my guards then, because some of them are chronic gossipers. So I'm going to need to just tell them to keep an eye out. Might bring some more in.
Okay.
Anything else I need to know?
Do you need assistance? I'm sure. Yeah, I imagine it'd be a problem. I'm sure the gang and I would be happy to help out.
That's very kind of you. Let's not do... He keeps looking around again, conspiratorial. Let's not do that yet. Because the minute people notice somebody other than town guards roaming around, keeping watch, they're going to start asking questions. I don't want to do that yet. Let's just see how tonight and maybe tomorrow night goes. And if everything is okay... then we'll revisit this and see what else we can't manage. But until then, I'll just bring in a few extra guys on shift tonight. And we'll see how we go. All right then, thanks for that. That was very
no problem.
Useful. Needing to know. Thank you.
Are you coming back in? Were you looking to buy something?
No, I just like to check on Jaminda, make sure she's okay.
Oh,
just checking on people like I do.
Is she a criminal?
No. I just make a joke of her being a criminal because she's selling drugs.
Oh,
they're
I
legal
see.
Drugs, so it's a joke.
Ah, right.
So I best get my men together. It looks like the sun is thinking about going down soon, so you might want to consider where you're going for the evening.
Right, yep.
And I will speak to you on the morrow. I'll report in, as it were.
Perfect. Have a good night, Sheriff.
And yourself. So, yes, the sheriff goes back to the jail, probably to start rustling up more guards for the evening, and because research takes a long time, and perusing wares takes a bit of time too. I mean, the conversation Bastien and Rell just had wasn't enormous, so they could have spent some more time just idling about the town square doing stuff. I mean, at least you now have anti-plague, which is a very good start, but what do the two of them want to do before heading back to Lorimore House in order to coincide with the others coming back at the same kind of time?
If we headed more or less straight back after the conversation, would we be able to do some research at Lorimore House, or is the
that's leaving it a bit
window
late,
gone?
I'm afraid.
Okay, that's fine.
But straight back to Lorimore House after you're done with the apothecary and the sheriff?
I think so. I think maybe stopping to take a look at the old, the jobs wanted board or whatever
The
it was.
jobs wanted board, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
if
to see
you're
if there's
curious,
anything.
yeah, there's still room for people to help out with being bouncers at the Laughing Demon. The newest edition of the Wheel Day Parchment is still there from 2 days ago. Other than that, somebody is looking. I believe it's the one of the farms across from Lorimore House is looking for somebody to help tidy up a mess that some outsider made. Unclear what that might mean. Other than that, pretty run-of-the-mill stuff.
Okay.
What kind of news does the Will Day Parchment have currently on?
What kind of news? Nothing much, just talking about stuff that's going on in other parts of the country, really. Let me see. Countess... Ooh, what is her name? Let me just find my notes here. Countess Califaso has been attending galas in the in Ustalavic capital city of Califas once again, and the reporter is, like most people, still amazed at how a lady of 60 years still looks like she's 20. So there was a request for fashion tips from the Countess of Califaso. The Countess Califaso, pardon me. Of Califas. Ugh. That's a really difficult name. Thanks for that, guys. Let me think. Anything else? Not much really relevant to much that's going on, except for maybe another message from further afield in Lepidstadt. Beast strikes again. Children abducted or some such like that. Because of with the space of where that story is, it's not a big story. It's kind of parked in a small bit off to the side. You get the kind of feeling that that's where they put the filler stuff in, and the way it reads, it's like unnamed beast said by one person to be 12 feet tall and having 2 heads. Was said by another person to actually be a beast that walks on all fours and with the horns of a ram and the face of a wolf, was both of which were reported in the same area abducting the same children. Although the same children apparently were found okay 2 nights later. Space filler, essentially.
It's fine. It's all these stories are probably completely accurate. I have faith in the free press.
Exactly. So, unless there's anything else you guys want to do.
Not on my list at the moment.
Alright. Then everyone starts... So you guys start making your way back to Lorimore House first, probably earliest. The rest don't start making their way back until the sun is going down, and therefore after hours of meticulous research, or in Caelemne's case, tidying up after meticulous research. And so you guys are on your way back to Lorimore House, probably taking the southern road here, since it's a bit quieter. On your way back, when you get to here... is when something interesting happens. So, if I can just get Caelee to appear in this general area. By now, the sun has gone past the horizon and it's starting to get dark, but you know the way back by now. You've been here often enough. And so... just change... As you're walking back, you hear the whinny of a horse coming down the road. So instinctively, you all part off of the road in order to give the horse and what sounds like the carriage room enough to go past you onto the bridge. It's merely moments later that you realise nothing's come past you yet.
You guys hear that?
Yes.
Yeah, Roach will turn and look, sort of avoid getting hit. Look back.
So, with the sun going down, it's starting to get a little bit foggy. Not much, just a light dusting over the, hovering over the road. But you swear you all heard the sound of a horse whinny and the rattle of wooden tracks on cobblestone. But yes, you've turned, you can't see it. Which is very strange.
And we
But
feel
then-
any vibrations, maybe
No.
smells.
But as you watch, you can see the mist getting parted as if something was passing through. And it passes by you, and you hear it clatter past on the bridge, but you still don't see anything.
Hmm.
What would you like to do?
Well, Ragnar just shrugs. I think maybe some sort of an invisibility spell is what we're witnessing.
I think Roach would instinctively think, because obviously we have those books, and the professor obviously was murdered somehow, so there's people after him. He'd maybe think there was something foul play, so he'll start sprinting back to Lorimore House, or like without saying a word.
Oh, okay. Zoom, off he goes.
So fear is the play.
Okay. Anybody who wants to can feel free to give me a survival check.
Very good.
Okay, no, too busy running. Okay. So, Roach obviously heads off at high speed towards Lorimore House and just blasts past, and you just hear his footsteps thudding through the bridge. Caelee and Ragnar are a bit more carefully walking, still feeling slightly unsettled by the whole thing, but Ragnar apparently just shrugged. And said,
Yeah.
okay.
Not
But,
very experienced.
yeah, when you get to the intersection here, which turns obviously northeast to get to Lorimore House, but turns south, you do notice track marks in the dirt that curve and follow the road southwards.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully you should remember, and indeed see on the map, what it is that's southwards.
A prison.
So mummies and now ghosts.
Yes.
Great. Let's tell everybody else about this.
If it was a ghost, but maybe it was just a regular carriage under invisibility spell. That's also possible.
Sure.
And Ragnar touches the tracks. Are they
Seem
real?
enough.
Did they feel the vibration when the carriage crossed the bridge? Because you always feel it when a small bridge is being crossed.
That's a good point. I'm going to say no.
Oh. So no vibrations. Then probably
No
it
vibrations.
is a ghost, probably, Caelemne, but it's outside of our powers of comprehension yet, I suppose. I have absolutely no idea what that might be. And if we can't get the idea, no point of worrying, I suppose. Ragnar shrugs again.
And just make your way back. Okay, what about Caelee?
She will do the same. She's speculative, but doesn't currently have much of a way to investigate beyond looking at the ground and seeing what's there. And also is not feeling brave enough to chase the tracks.
Okay.
Yes,
Noted.
and Ragnar is closely following Caelemne, trying not to be alone and to leave Caelemne alone in the dark.
Because it certainly is
We
getting
have
dark.
lights attached to us.
Yes, you do. Great, big
Yes.
blinking lights that attract the attention of anything that... Well, let me stop that there before I go too far.
I would prefer to be caught out and bright than in the dark with a ghost.
Good point. Alright then. Once again, we find ourselves back at Lorrimore House in the evening. So, folks have already done their research and whatnot for the night, so it's just a case of whether or not anybody is on watch again tonight.
Yes,
Standard watch
Ragnar is
rotation.
doing that.
Okay. Let you guys figure out who's voiced. Well, I just want to roll some dice for no reason.
No reason at all. Did
Not
you
a reason at all.
Did you guys tell us what you saw?
Yeah,
Or
Caelee
think you
will
saw?
go on about the definitely not ghost as soon as she gets there.
Oh, sounds terrifying. And there was no actual sign of anything.
Tracks in the ground
Yes.
headed south towards the prison.
Yes, only tracks, but no vibration while crossing bridge, which is very strange.
Right. Could we go and see if we can follow them towards the prison tomorrow? And then, if we're in the area of the prison, we can, have a quick look. Oh, look, there's the prison. How did we end up here?
Caelee will look at Roach and just wait for his response.
A lot of strange things have been happening. Perhaps at least scouting it until, we see reason to go in further. But yeah, I don't know if just wandering roads is a great idea. But I think at least scouting it could be beneficial.
I mean, if nothing else, we could see what it looks like. I've heard a fair bit of it, and it's mentioned in these diary entries from the professor, but I still have no idea what it actually looks like. I did volunteer as for potential to help out with the town's guard to the sheriff. I told him about what we'd found and the undead that we came across, and he was going to bring his troops in up to speed a little bit. So we might get called on that, but again, I don't see any reason for us not to at least just take a quick glimpse at the what prison was all about.
Well, since a few of us are already researching, it probably makes sense for us to know what exactly we're looking at. So
Yes.
I do think we should at least have a look around.
Yes, researching that's what we've been doing. Yes.
Okay. So unless there's anything else you guys want to talk about, particularly during the course of the evening?
Well, Ragnar rolls some dice, trying to connect this carriage to some undead creatures he might have heard about.
You can, but give it a go.
Yes, I did. In the chat.
Aha.
Maybe it was some sort of a vampire count in the
Wow.
mysterious carriage.
There are
or something
certainly
else.
stories, a lot of fictionalized stories as well about vampires and vampire counts. Maybe one or two, shall we say, erotic tales that were circulated amongst the troops just to try and keep people awake and interested. But usually those things were hidden before the officers found you having those kind of things. But yes,
Did the sheriff, when he was when we were asking about the prison, didn't he say there was prisoners transported there via carriage? I mean, that would be through town, but I think Roach would bring that up.
Very good point. As far as Ragnar's aware as to, there are stories of vampires sweeping in and impressing young maidens into come into their carriage. There are also one or two ghost stories about carriages themselves being haunted undead creatures, rather than the actual rider or person inside of it being the thing to look out for. There are as many stories as there are different ways of interpreting it, so
nothing special.
Nothing special leaps out, and almost always is if you see this kind of thing coming towards you in the dead of night, probably don't.
Okay. So Ragnar is keeping silent and thinking deeply about stuff, but not speaking much.
The good news is, from what Ragnar can tell, this isn't any of those things, because otherwise there'd be an actual physical, visible presence is usually part and parcel with those things, and the fact that he didn't see anything.
I mean, my character didn't check this, but when we were in that crypt, was that sarcophagus, like, did it have a name on it, or was it just like an unnamed?
It did not.
Okay. I'm just thinking that maybe it could be tied with like one of the guards if they like pulled bodies and buried them, but if we have no names.
I'm afraid not. Right. Anything else before we move on?
Nope.
Okay. Okay. So, nighttime comes about, and Roach, which watch are you not on?
I'd say I'm probably in the middle of the night, so I'm probably on watch 3.
So, let's say during watch 2 then, is when this happens. Roach, you are there in your bed, drifting off. No knowledgeable that you're going to have to wake up towards the middle of the thing, so you probably end up going to bed a little earlier than others so that you get it takes a bit to wind down, especially what with all the strange stuff going on. So eventually Roach's head hits the pillow, and with all the stuff still ticking around in his head, he eventually gets off to sleep. And then he finds himself coughing awake, because he swears he can smell smoke. But when Roach does sit up in bed, he realizes he's not in Lorimore House. He is, in fact, on a very hard wooden bed in a stone cell.
What?
And there is smoke just pouring in. And it's getting in your eyes, making it difficult to see as they're watering, making it difficult to breathe because it's acrid and choking and just raking on the back of your throat, to the point where Roach has to crawl on the ground in order to try and get to where the air is. And he just sees boots just rushing back and forth, and he doesn't have the ability to actually cry out for help. But it's when a pair of feet stop just in front of his cell and then turn so that the feet are pointing in his direction that Roach tries to look up through tear-streaked eyes from the smoke and can just see the form of a short, stout, blocky-built man who's just there coldly regarding him, his profile in shadow. But there are two things very obvious about this man who's standing just looking at you. One is that in his left hand he appears to be holding what looks like a skull, but from the firelight reflecting off of it, the skull it looks human, but it's got a massive crack and hole in one side of the top of the skull. And in the man's other hand is a very sinister looking hammer. And all Roach catches is the sight of the man putting the skull down and slowly, deliberately unlocking the cell door before another surge of flame comes past, creating more smoke, which makes Roach actually wake up coughing. Turns out it's your turn.
You could probably like push the window open so you can get some air.
It does feel very stifling all of a sudden, yes.
Yeah, definitely crazy looks around the room to make sure that he's awake.
Thankfully, the only people that you see around the place are the ones you expect to. So whoever it is that's sharing the general room area and not currently on watch is where you expect them to be. But you are definitely not in a stone cell, and there's definitely no smoke.
I think you initially look over to Rell that's probably asleep and maybe think that could his dream be somehow connected. I mean, he hasn't dealt with much spirits and things that can alter dreams, but the thought's definitely in his head that something could be messing with them.
Well, somebody is going to be relieving Roach soon enough. Does Roach tell them?
I don't think he would.
Okay.
I feel like he's a very private person that's put up this facade where he's like, just got to get the job done, and I think worrying people, especially when lots of crazy shit's been happening, probably isn't the best thing.
All
and
right.
just from what the initial, when you try to remember the dream, you lose details,
Yeah.
So maybe he thinks, oh, well, there's nothing substantial that I can really tell them, so what's the point worrying them?
Gotcha.
So he's just going to keep to himself for the moment.
All right. So, let me get you to where you should be, actually, which is Lorimore House. The morning comes about. Everybody finds themselves going about the morning's business as they have done for the past couple of days, which means you're now on day 5. So folks, whoever was the last on watch has now had their last watch, and Kendra has come downstairs early and is starting to get the ball rolling for breakfast and the like. It's when you hear the knock on the door that everybody feels a sense of, oh no, what now?
Then I'll wait till after breakfast. Oh. Okay.
Ragnar goes to open the door.
Sure. When he opens the door, he finds the sheriff there, and he just looks up at you guys as some of you just coalesce in the reception foyer, and he looks about and then just says, "It's happened again."
You mean
Sorry,
the
what?
statue and the blood?
The statue.
Okay.
Ozeah brings up a good point. You guys should rest. Make sure you tick the box for full night's rest. Get all your spell slots and per day abilities back. Those of you who are prepared spellcasters, make sure that the spells you got prepared are the ones you want for the day.
Yes, Sheriff. Can we take a moment to finish our breakfast?
Of course. I'll wait out here for you.
Okay, I'll keep you company. Do you need some food?
I'm fine, thank you. I've been up for a couple of hours already.
Maybe a drink?
If I loiter too long here, folks are going to start to wonder, so I will, I'll meet you up at the monument.
Okay.
Okay, just more sausages and some tea. I think was being brewed.
Kendra goes, I'll get it ready as fast as I can. I'll get some for you to take with you.
Brilliant.
So
Yeah,
she
I mean, I
starts
think
Go
we
on.
should probably eat when we come back.
Fine. We'll be back shortly, Kendra.
We don't know what's
I'll
up
take 3 sausages. It's okay.
All right then.
Ragnar takes a loaf of bread and eats it on his way.
Growing boys, after all.
Bread from. Damn it.
Somebody trying to stuff a sausage in their mouth whilst also trying to pull a boot on and hopping towards the door. Okay.
Yep. That's Bastien's vibe.
The monument. Where is it? Harrowstone Memorial. So once again you find yourselves at the memorial, and it is a similar situation to last time. The sheriff is already there waiting for you guys. The sun is already coming up, so it's very, very early morning. But as well as these spatters of blood on the ground and strewn across the memorial, there are now 2 markings. And it seems that the downward arrow was in fact a letter after all, because there are now 2 letters. V and E.
E.
So
Victory
not
in
5
Europe.
then. Victory. V-Day.
B-Day. This is just clearly a celebration.
So this is drug dealers. VE Day
Yeah.
in modern Europe.
Case solved.
Not ghosts, not undead.
Oh, no.
VE.
So what would you like to do?
Jokingly in inner mind, Caelee's like, it's going to say very good by the end.
Or very bad.
But outwardly, Caelee would say, is this from the same source, or can we determine from the same source as the last time a letter was added? I should say the first time a letter was added.
Anybody can try medicine if they want.
Oh, of course.
Otherwise, if you're asking the sheriff, he has no idea.
Then Caelee, being mindful of that, will cast guidance and...
Medicina. Okay. Yes. The amount and consistency would suggest not human. Not humanoid. Probably an animal's blood.
Well, that.
But is it the same source as the first letter? Or consistent with the same type of blood?
Consistent, yes, definitely. It was definitely not arterial spray. It was some kind of squirted emission, as it were.
So seemingly somebody that can collect blood and then use it to write a cryptic message.
Seems so.
Is there any room
Handwriting,
for,
roughly.
Sorry, Nick, what you saying?
I was asking, is there room for any more letters? How many letters can one fit in this
It's
a
a pretty
place?
broad pretty broad epitaph. Not epitaph. It's a pretty broad memorial plaque. So there is room for a lot more letters, yes.
Like
How
a
many?
sentence,
Difficult
almost.
to judge. But these two are written
Okay.
more or less in the center.
Okay.
Close enough together that they suggest something that's supposed to be together, but, you know.
Do
Any more
the
than that?
letters happen to fit with any of the names on the monument, or names that we thought of concern last time?
The Farmer's family, whose surname began with V, now doesn't fit because VE wasn't in their name. Are you taking the time to essentially go through all the names on the memorial?
Yeah, I think so, right? That's an obvious place for us to just check.
It'd be prudent.
If there's any VEs.
Okay. In that case, you do eventually find someone who has a name with VE in there. The name is Vesoriana Hawkrun, and I'm going to spell that out.
Fantasy spellings. Why is it never Dave Smith?
Fantasy, dear boy, fantasy.
Yeah.
Rather than mundanity. Playing one of my Delta Green games, and you might get a Dave Smith.
Ah.
In any case, that's a name that has the letters VE in it.
And who did you say this statue represented?
The statue, according to the sheriff, represents a memorial to all the guards and the warden who died during the Harrowstone fire.
I guess Roach will ask the sheriff what was the warden's name again.
Oh, the warden's name. Matty has to go check his notes.
Hawkrun, actually.
Was the warden's name? Hoodla 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 hoo.
What was that, Rell?
Warden Hawkrun.
Warden
Ooh.
Hawkrun? Yes. But what was his first name? Matt doesn't remember, so let me try and find it. Yeah, it just says Warden Hawkrun.
Your Emilia's note-taking is...
It is, but I don't think I gave you his first name. I am going to have to find it another way. Do apologize for this. It's that thing where whenever you try and find one thing in your notes, you keep missing it.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go back to the source in order to try and find it. Livar Hawkrun.
Ivar.
I will spell that
Livar?
again. Livar Hawkrun was the name of the warden.
Well, there's a clear
Sheriff,
connection
is it-
there.
Well, what solutions or anything there, Roach, but Warden, are they related?
I'm sorry? And he looks at the name you're pointing at.
Yeah,
Visoriana. That must be the warden's wife then, I think.
Ooh.
Did
Oh,
she also
she
work
died.
at? Yeah, did she also work at the prison?
Oh, no, I don't think so. What was it? It was something like... What was the
Like a live-in
stories?
situation?
She perished in the fire, otherwise her name wouldn't be here. So, it was something like, in a fit of sorrow for her dying husband, her dead husband, she threw herself into the. No, that wasn't it. That can't be right.
Is the warden's name on the memorial?
The warden's name is on the memorial, yes.
Okay. So they both died then.
You know what? I can't for the life of me remember. It's like a local ghost story that if you If you stay anywhere near the prison, you can hear the warden's wife, her cries on the wind, that kind of typical ghost story. Her spirit unable to rest because of the manner in which her husband died and mourning her lost love kind of thing.
The Wailing Widow.
Exactly. You can easily confuse this from any number of similar stories. I'm sorry, I just don't remember. I was far too young. Probably not even born when... Yeah, I wasn't even born when the actual thing happened, and I don't remember many of the stories surrounding it. I'm sorry. I'm not being terribly helpful.
Yeah, I doubt there's anyone I know that would still be alive that was around during that time.
Father Grimborough is the only one that I can think of that is close to being old enough.
I think it's pretty clear that the town didn't have a great relationship with the prison.
From what I gathered, no, that's quite right.
I mean, it's only 2 letters that could spell St. Kells, but it seems so strange that the name fits for the wife, I suppose, of the warden.
You think that's what this is?
It's quite early to say, but I'm kind of worried that the longer we wait, we don't know where this blood's coming from.
Well, quite. I mean, if people find this after I've started putting more guards up, who, by the way, didn't, of course, see anything. Whoever's doing this is being bloody careful. It's starting to... I'm sorry. This is part of my job. I shouldn't be complaining.
Out of curiosity, have you heard of a story of a ghost carriage driving through town?
A ghost carriage?
Yeah, I've heard of some story about it not long ago.
I don't think so. Nothing that springs to mind.
Yeah, probably nothing then.
Why, you haven't heard something, have you?
No, I mean, we heard those kids singing that one song, and I swear I heard something about a ghost carriage driving over that bridge where the temple is, but probably nothing.
I can't think of anything, sorry.
Caelee will note while Roach is making that explanation that while the name may be the warden's wife and the warden, that the blood is written in animal blood, similar to how it was last time, and more likely than not, this is a living person putting this stuff on here, the blood, and we'll ask the group if they would like to look around to see if maybe we can spot any tracks of whoever may have come through here again. I don't think we found anything last time, but worth another go.
Sure.
Yes, we can try.
So the option here is to give me survival checks, or you can designate somebody to be the primary survival checker, and others can just do an assist to see if they can boost said checker's result. Entirely up to you guys how you want to do this. Do you want to bet it all on 1 or 2 people, or do you want to all just more equals more chance of success kind of thing?
Well, Ragnar doesn't know how to track, so he's not of any help in this situation.
I think Rachel...
There's no training either.
Yeah, I think Rachel suggests to Cody that she would check one section and he would check another.
Sure. Just bearing in mind, even if you don't have training in something, doesn't mean that you can't try and assist.
Sure.
Just means
Bastien's
that those who have training have more likely a chance to get a higher score.
Yeah. Bastien's going to see Roach and starting to look, and he's going to look around, pretending as if he knows what he's looking for.
Okay.
Caelee will instinctively just follow her investigation of the blood to start looking around while she's talking.
Okay, cool.
You don't go. You're going to go as well.
With the guidance, please.
Oh, we'll add +1 to that.
Okay.
22.
Okay.
This is the session of depending on Roach.
Yep,
It looks
it's all
like-
coming up, Roach.
It looks like. Okay.
So I didn't choose to help because with my role on that, it would have made yours worse.
Whose was the guidance aimed at, Emilia?
On Roach. I'm putting all my eggs in the Roach basket.
Okay.
We believe in the road.
We believe in the Roach. So
I'm doing great PR for cockroaches around the world.
Well, they are going to be the ones who survive everything else, so we bow to our Roach masters. Or we will be, eventually. We got to bow to our AI masters first. Anyway, before I
So
go
AI
anywhere
Roach
close
robot.
to that and put myself on a tangent, let me reel that back in and give you what you actually wanted to hear from me, which is... So, with everyone trying to collaborate as well as they can, it seems evident that whoever did this came in with a container of some sort, which then was just ejected and used to spray blood around the place. And then, whoever they were, used probably 2 fingers, dipped in one of the splatters or puddles of the release to write the 2 letters on. So whoever they are, they were careful enough to bring the container and only uncover the container in this general area. So there aren't that many blood drops that go off. There are 1 or 2 which suggests the empty container was in motion at some point, but they don't go terribly far. And they go off in the direction of the nearest tree line, the nearest bushes, and there aren't that many blood spatters past that point.
But that's quite a lot of blood, and I imagine this is uphill. So I imagine if they carried it, it would either be multiple of them, or this person would be particularly strong, or they had some way of transporting it. Then.
Quite.
Because it's quite.
Or they're based close. Sheriff. Sorry, you go, Oz.
I know. I was just gonna mentally, when I'm picturing this container, I don't see it as very big. I actually think of it as in my mind, I'm seeing a pesticide container, like somebody that can individually disperse pesticides, kind of like a backpack tank with a tube and a hose kind of thing. That's what I'm seeing in my mind with that description, or a giant bucket. So it's one of the 2.
I originally had bucket in my mind, and then I had one of those piping, cake piping things, like a squirt thing.
Decorator of
Yeah, just like a cake decorator. I'm like, yeah, that'll work.
I think the first time this happened, I think Roach found that it was in a spray action from an object. So, I mean, Caelee may be correct in that assumption.
I don't even know if that technology is a thing.
If it is, it's probably in some further off place in Ustalav.
Dwarves.
Or even...
Of course.
Yeah. There is a dwarf in the town.
I already forgot his name. Oh, Gibbs. What was Gibbs' profession again?
Professional drunk at this point.
Drunkard. Gotcha. Okay.
Not
a farmer / butcher?
If you ask the sheriff, not really. Not anymore, certainly.
I like the not really. He was kind of one at one point.
He tried his hand at farming for a while, but his war wounds just didn't let him keep it up for terribly long. Either that or his temperament. Bit of both.
Okay. You say, Sheriff, you said your men didn't see anything here. Were they patrolling this area?
Well, I confess, only every so often. I tried with everything else which told me. I diverted a few away because this seemed a little less important at the time. We put more in the area of the restlands. Nobody reported anything. I see. So whoever did this waited until the opportunity when our guards were elsewhere. Bloody hell.
Why don't we go and speak to our good friend Gibbs again? Because his shack's right there, right on the way to here. So if he was maybe he saw someone coming past, or he might have heard something.
I'm just infinitely suspicious of the guy.
When you said that they trailed off in this direction, does that lead to anything, or is it just like wilderness, or is it like?
No, what I meant to impart was that it leads into essentially a series of bushes and trees where
okay.
The trail essentially stops.
So
yeah.
You get the impression that someone was at least clever enough to use the undergrowth as a place to hide and to not walk the main route back where they'd be seen, so...
Okay, so they didn't smile at the CCTV camera that's up.
I mean, we could try hiding out in the are there bushes thick enough for us to stake out the place if we, or maybe how close is Gibbs's place to this? Like I seem to remember it being quite close.
Back to Ravengro. You guys are currently Yarra, the memorial.
Yeah, and this was Gibbs's place.
That's Gibbs's place.
Because maybe we could see if, because we know how much he loves us. We could see if he'll let us stake out from there to keep an eye on it, or we could just in bushes.
I mean, I would have to point out that it's been like 4 or 5 days since the last.
Days.
Yeah.
So you're going to say it's been 1 week?
Not yet. It has. Not yet. So you guys essentially all packed here. So, what's the plan, guys?
I mean, alternatively, we could trap it, but I'm imagining people probably visit this memorial to pay respect, so probably not a good idea to trap some random citizen.
Thoughts?
We could lay an ambush at night to catch the person doing that.
It's not every night. That's the only thing. Yeah, I'm up for that.
Yeah, we might get
Possibly
lucky.
month-long stakeout.
I mean, I don't know about if you got any time of magic, but if there's something that we can use to track him. I mean, somehow he's not standing in the blood he's using, but perhaps it's something we can put on the ground where when he walks up, we can at least follow him toward which direction he's headed.
That's clever.
But I'm assuming he's very careful wherever it is if he's, avoiding getting blood on his boots.
Interesting. Okay, so these are plans for later. What about the immediate future?
I say we go and see if Gibbs noticed anything, and then, if not, breakfast.
If not, sausages.
Sausages.
Second breakfast.
Okay. You guys start descending the path. The sheriff, meanwhile, says, well, I'd better get back in order to get somebody to come help clean this once again, so if you'll excuse me, sirs, moms.
But
he darts off.
They said he cleaned it, so they've rewritten the V, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not like dried blood. Also, they've just redone
dried.
it. Oh, okay.
It's not like they've added it. They've redone. Whoever did this did it again, because it was blotted off before. Definitely nothing that indicates, long dried blood. Right about by yonder, as you're going down the coast, you hear 2 children calling out,
I love kids.
River! Old River! Where is he? River! Which, initially, when you start going down, you think, yes, it's a river, boys, well done.
That's,
but
that
then,
was my first thought.
when they add Old River, where are you?
It's right there. See it? It's...
Now, those of you who have been spending a little time in or around the town square, you have noticed, every now and again, an old mutt wandering about town. doesn't seem to belong to anyone in particular because nobody seems to exactly care for it. It seems a couple of the folks around the town square leave little bits out for the dog, but the dog, for the most part, just seems to loiter around town. So you guessed it was just a stray dog. Left it at that. But you had heard one or two folks who gave him like a small something to eat refer to the dog as Old River. Didn't give it much more mind than that, just a dog. But there are now a pair of boys, round about by here, you can see from your vantage point, casting around and yelling, "Old River, where are you? River!"
Leave this to me. I'm great with kids.
Sorry,
Hey,
did I
kids!
chuckle? Hey, kids!
Hey, hello, kids.
That was my best Krusty the Clown impersonation. It wasn't awesome, but it's the best I can manage. No, I'm not auditioning for a part in The Simpsons.
This has really become just like a multi-world of things. There's clowns, drug dealing.
Yep.
I'm just adding more to the template of madness going on here.
Let's be fair. If there's any horror element, it's bound to have clowns.
Ghost clowns that also take
Ghost
drugs.
clowns. Yep.
Give me 5 to 10 minutes as I change something, please.
The entire thing is going to be themed in ghost clowns.
Ghost clowns.
Yeah.
I need to find somewhere to fit in ghost clowns now. Okay. Alright, so there are a pair of dirty-looking boys, as in they are covered in dirt. They're not looking at things dirtily. No, just young boys, probably less than 10 years old. Both of them are typically filthy of... like kids are who play outside, but they are both casting around, and you come up and say, hey kids, at which point they go, "Oh, hello.
Everything
Can you help
all
us
right?
find Old River?"
It's right there. I point at the river.
"No, silly, the dog."
Oh, okay. Lost your dog, eh?
Well, he's not our dog, but everybody likes him, especially the children. He likes to play with the children, you see. We throw him sticks and we give him food.
When's the last time you saw?
Well, we were playing near the fields, and a load of black birds came and chased us away. So then Old River chased the birds back, but we haven't seen Old River since.
Oh. It was this? Sorry, just...
They point in this kind of general direction. We saw him chase the birds back into the field.
Sure, he's totally fine. We'll I'll tell you what, we'll go and see if we can find him. Right, gang?
Right, gang.
Caelee just looks over at Emilia. Rell?
Yeah.
Rell,
Ooh,
what's happening?
Caelee gets meta for a moment and looks at the player. No, sorry, that's a mistake, I know. I just thought I could. Yes, sorry, Emilia, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I was just telling Caelee, like, no, not right now. Not in front of the kids. We're looking for the dog.
So, 2 votes for the dog. What about everybody else?
Yeah, I think so. And also, I mean, is this Gibbs's farm? Like, is this his land?
No, Gibbs lives in this shack nearby,
this
but
one.
that's not his farm.
It's okay. It's whoever's this. It's okay. Yeah, Rachel agreed to help look for the dog.
Okie dokie.
Well, Ragnar, everyone is going to look for the dog, right?
Well, so far that's
Do you
3
not
out of
want to
5.
look for a dog?
Okay, I'll follow the gang.
So
Who's
Ragnar's there,
Scooby,
like.
who's Shaggy?
Sorry, go on. What was that?
Sorry, you said the gang looking for a lost dog, and I was thinking Scooby-Doo.
Well,
Yeah, Scooby Doo, where are you?
over here.
It's
Again,
Gus,
I
isn't
am
it?
not trying to audition for Scooby-Doo and the Spooky Gang. Hang on a second. Fred, Velma, Scooby, and Shaggy. No, there are 5 of you.
Scooby. Uh-huh.
Huh. I never noticed that before.
It's fitting, there's clowns, drug dealers, ghosts. They just run into everything. It just works.
So, yes, it might indeed end up being Old Man Gibbs, who might have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you pesky kids.
I was gonna say you pulled Gibbs's mask off. It's just a professor. He's been alive this whole time.
Oh, wow.
What?
Professor
Aw, dang it.
Larimore.
Now I can't. Now I can't pull that as a twist. You've already seen
That would
through
be
it.
amazing.
I
Shoot.
wrote this game.
Nuts. Anyway, yes, going towards the field. Alright then. Give me a few moments, please, as I take you guys to a different map. But first, let me put everybody in said map. Alright, Ragnar was following behind, like, okay, you guys are going this way, I'll go too.
Yes, without any enthusiasm whatsoever.
It's like, okay, I
he hates-
guess we'll find the dog.
He hates dead dogs.
And
We
it's
can't
not like
blame Ragnar. We're hunting after undead and researching cults, and we're just now looking for a dog.
Yes.
guess we'll go find a dog. Right,
Maybe
what's
this
it?
cornfield looks.
Did you see the text as we approached? It said, Patreon.
Yes. This map supplied by Sanctum of Maps. Thank you, Sanctum of Maps, for supplying this this map. If you want
Wonderful
to see
map.
more maps by Sanctum of Maps, go to their Patreon. I am in no way affiliated with Sanctum of Maps.
Oh, you are
Okay.
affiliated with dog killing.
Wow. Dog
Alright
killing
then.
is a sponsor.
Sponsored by those away.
Okay.
There is a scarecrow in the field, correct?
There appears to
Several.
be
Good, I see.
scarecrows in the field, yes.
Okay.
However, a vast majority of it is tall corn. Rows and rows of corn. As
How
such,
tall is it? Is it over head high or?
Yes. So it unfortunately makes it very difficult to see much beyond the point. So you're going to have to rely on tracks, but the scarecrows are at least positioned high enough that they do tower over the cornheads.
I say we kind of see if we can walk through, like trying not to damage the crops or anything. But like in a line, you know, see if we can spot anything. And if any one of us spots something, we say, "Oh, hey, I found something."
All right then.
Sounds like a plan.
It was well thought out and delivered just as well. Actually, that came off as exceedingly mean. I apologise for the tone of that comment. I didn't mean
Right.
for it to come off that way. I really didn't. It just, when I played it back in my head after having heard myself say it, it was like, dude. Right. So
It's matching
it's
the horror elements.
still early morning and slightly overcast enough that yes, your light sources, if you have them, are lighting up your general area, and this light's filtering through the different corn stalks. So, yes.
Any sign of a murder of crows nearby?
No, strangely enough, it's a little quiet. Maybe a little too quiet.
Any like signs of trampled squashed areas of corn.
No
or indeed, in
birds to be
Ragnar's
chased.
case, smell of something. Ooh, yeah, very good.
Ooh.
Bastien, yes, there are definitely dog tracks that have torn through this area and are heading in the direction that Ragnar seems to be at.
I smell something. Ragnar
It
says.
smells very much like dead flesh.
Come.
Not corn or dogs or birds. Why can't we have a good time?
Yeah, why can't we just find the dog healthy and alive and return it to its wide-eyed children?
Because then I would be nice.
Yeah.
Today, I ain't being nice. So, Ragnar closes in first on this dog corpse. And as soon as he parts the corn stalks in order to get a better look at the dead dog, that's when Ragnar sees that it is opened up, particularly along its flanks. Looks like it's had flesh just torn off. Roach is coming along on the same line with Bastien a little later on, so Roach can also get a view of this because he can see where Ragnar is looking down towards. And the smells pretty horrible as this dog has been just opened up to the elements. As Caelee and Rell are closing in, they get a good whiff of it as well. But mostly, Ragnar and Roach, what's even more disconcerting as you draw closer to get a look at this thing is you can hear this horrible clack, 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 clacking kind of, almost a chittering sound, but not quite high-pitched, more low-pitched.
Coming from where?
Coming from the other side of the dog's corpse, where you can see it is moving slightly. What's
Oh.
Ragnar going to do?
Ragnar is going to move the corpse with his foot and take out his sword, just in case.
Okay, in that case, I would like to note then, for everybody else, unless you've had your weapons drawn the entire time you've been looking for this dog, sheathe
Why would
your
we have weapons drawn looking for a dog? What?
Exactly. So unless you think you've got good reason for your character to actually have their weapon, Ragnar has just told me he's unsheathing his now, so...
I mean, the way I picture my character is because he's got this big two-handed polearm. I can't imagine him like sheathing it unless he has it on his backs.
Okay,
So
that makes sense to me.
like a supporter's walking. That's just how I pictured how my character moves around. But
Okay, no, that's fine. I will take that. Anybody else can justify why they're carrying their weapon openly. Can feel free to.
Not at this point. There may be other times when I decide that I have a weapon.
Cool. So, you don't. Okay, so, Ragnar. Ragnar is cautiously just putting his boot next to the corpse and tries to just turn it over to see what is making the dog corpse jitter and judder. As he does, and the corpse flops over, there is a head. Not a body, not arms, nor legs, just a head. And it was there, and as Ragnar turns the dog's corpse over, it regards him with bits of bloody flesh just hanging out from between its jaws, between its teeth, and it's clacking up and down its teeth as it regards him, almost as if it's trying to communicate in somehow through chitters and clacks. And of course Roach sees this as he comes in from that same direction, just this head, which is now floating up at head level for you guys. And that's when Roach, unfortunately, hears a chittering from behind him. And Caelee and Rell, you hear a horrible chittering coming from elsewhere in the cornfield as well. Clickety clack, 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 as these disembodied heads just hover in the air regarding you before they open their mouths wide and come streaking for you all. And so, naturally, I am going to throw this into initiative.
Woo, yeah!
What was that, sorry?
Don't
Besides
eat the
woo,
corn.
Don't eat the corn. Ooh,
So, what is
got
it?
Pathfinder vibes going through my head at the moment. He's a...
So let me turn this over.
About to get headbutted 20 times.
Alright, Bastien, you haven't rolled initiative yet. There we go. Ooh, wow, big
Oh
one.
yeah.
Ooh, yeah!
He hates undead.
I do hate undead.
Alright then, let's see what we got. We get that. Bastien, you start off.
I hear the sounds and look up to see this thing closing in on Roach, and I am going to rush up, drawing my weapon as I come. And I'm going to swing it at this head here. Da-da.
Noise.
That is a very good shot. Roll damage. Minimum damage, but that's still damage to this creature for... So your Earthbreaker does bat off it. Almost misses it, but does manage to pretty much crack the side of it. So its jaw is now hanging off by just one hinge.
That
So
filth!
You moved, you drew your weapon, you attacked. That's 3 actions. Nicely done.
Yeah.
Ragnar.
Ragnar, he points his sword to the sky, and 2 small, electric arcs. They just zip the heads
That
closest
one
to him.
and that one. Okay then, cast your spell please. Electric Arc, as I will get these guys to roll their saves. Zippity zap. One not so good, the other even worse. Okay.
Okay.
They both fail, they both take full damage. Okay, doop doop, which means zap zap. So one judders and just pops as it falls to the floor with a horrible click. The other
That counts
judders
as
and
mine.
smokes.
And Ragnar, well, he takes his Magus stance, which is Arcane Cascade.
Yep.
As electricity swirls around him.
As we can see. Bzzzt, bzzzt. So, this thing surges out of the nearby corn and comes at Ragnar. You do not have reactive strike, do you? No, you do not. Okay, so
No.
this thing comes streaking in and goes to bite. And it sounds like that was a hit. It is a hit, so I'm going to roll damage. As it takes a gnaw, rather than a bite, it gnaws on Ragnar for 2 points, taking away your temps, but also requiring you to roll a fortitude saving throw for me, please.
Okay.
George,
This
fine.
thing tries to gnaw on his skin with dirty, nasty teeth. So that is, 22. That was a success, a critical success. So no ill effects whatsoever.
Nice.
Which gives it, let's see, I moved it, I attacked. It is going to try and demoralize. It's just going to hiss at Ragnar, who, yep, is not intimidated in the least.
Yeah, even worse than that.
Alright then, Caelee, you're up.
Caelee will first action use to recall knowledge.
Okay, target one of the creatures. Never mind. Ooh, hello. Ooh, ha, ha. Right.
It's a head.
It is obviously an undead animated head. This thing follows the conventions that most undead you are aware of, but of course without the ability to have any move itself. It has to have a fly speed, so anything to do with trying to knock its legs out from under it or anything like that is probably going to be doomed to failure. It is an undead, therefore anything that applies to living folk will not apply here too. Boom, 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 boom. This thing you've heard it referred to as a festering gnasher, mostly because, as you've already discovered, they just tend to gnaw on things with their chittering, chattering teeth. If they have any knowledge of languages, you don't remember seeing these or reading about these things having any kind of communicatable language. They just eat. But you do remember that they do have a weakness to vitality.
As most undead with void healing do.
Indeed. So it's nothing remarkable besides the fact that they are floating heads.
All right. Well, communicating this as she casts Vitality Lash on the head nearest to Ragnar.
Okay.
That'll be a fort save for you.
It is indeed. So which one are we looking at here? That one.
That one.
Gotcha. The special effect just went off to help me. Lovely. This should... No, of course I succeed. So that is half damage.
Yep.
Which is still a lot.
Damn!
Because the vitality
Nice.
damage is extra. Nice. Very big lash
And
there.
that is Caelee's turn.
Oh, right. It's this guy's turn. Who hit you? That was Ragnar, so he's gonna... actually, he's already got one on him. Let's move to Roach.
No, not Roach.
Thank you for completing that sentence, because for a moment there I was like, no, I wanted to be flanked.
Yes.
Not our token Roach if he dies.
That is
good
a
rolls come
hit
from?
as it tries gnawing on Roach. Roach takes... Again, I'm only hitting minimal damage here. 2 points of damage. And you need to give me a fortitude saving throw, please.
Okie doke.
They're filthy, filthy mouths with all those germs. Oh, that is a big old roll. Never mind. Critical success. Can't touch this. This... The mental image of this alone makes me very, very happy. That the floating head is going to try to trip. I leave it to you what this might appear in your brains, but needless to say, it doesn't manage to. Roach is too big.
Just like an excitable puppy worrying you at your shoes.
Or like a particularly big cat that wants food. As you come past, it tries to brush up against you and ends up taking out a leg. The festering gnasher does not manage. Rell, next up.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow the lead and also do a Vitality Lash. And I'm imagining it's just like a replay or an echo of Caelee's just going off again.
So somehow it comes off, rather than repeating from Caelee, it just seems to momentarily displace itself and seem to come from Rell before jumping back to being Caelee's going off. That's cool.
Nice. Yeah.
There's just a blip that if you blinked, you missed it. Which creature are you targeting, please? That one! Okie dokie.
Yeah, I went for the same one just so it like makes sense.
Yes, absolutely. That's great. Okay, let me do the save. And of course, I'm getting the high rolls for saves, but the low rolls for other stuff. That's fine. That's fine. That's how the dice are going. So roll damage, please, because it'll still take half. And because of its weakness, it will will take more again as it just smokes a bit as if it's being boiled and falls to the ground. Trigger, a living creature within 20 feet of you dies, or an undead creature within 20 feet of you is destroyed. Oh yes. Gain 10 hit points.
So it's whatever their level is plus my spellcasting modifier, which is 4.
This has a level of -1.
So it'll just be 3.
Okay, nice. That was 2 actions from Rell. What's her third?
I think I'll just draw my staff just to have it at the ready.
Alrighty, nice. Right, this one is definitely going for Caelee then. As it comes out of the bushes, corn stacks.
The bushes.
And that one missed. You hear it coming and just manage to just duck out the way. It is going to chance a second attack. That one misses too. That is not a crit miss though, so that's something. Alright, last but by no means least, Roach.
Yeah. I'm going to target the one next to me.
Ooh, it is a small target, and trying to hit it with that whacking great weapon and not get it wrapped up in the cornrows is tough to do. It was a near miss, though. It was just an inch away.
I actually thought you meant the zombie head has cornrows, like the hairstyle.
Well,
Like a
let's go with that then. That's how it blended in so well. That second attack, though, does hit. For a whacking great 10. Now, needless to say, bleeding damage on an undead creature will not happen. However, 10 damage on a head destroys it utterly. Curse
Can't bleed if it's
Smash.
dead.
You got 1 action left. What would you like to do with it?
I think I need to move to here in case Bastien decides to stand around this area to try to assist him in pinpointing it and taking it
Okay.
out, so I'll move to there.
Okay, before we get to
Very nice.
Bastien, something happens. As a sinister glow starts to emit from this scarecrow, as
Of
its
course, the
eyes,
scarecrows are bad.
its eyes start to light up with this horrible ghostly witch light, and it turns its head creakily in everybody's direction. And
I love the token picture.
It's a real life escape.
so the entire head of this thing bursts into horrible ghostly flame that now sheds light, horrible light, in a 20-foot emanation. So I'm going to put that emanation down. Diddly 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 diddly. And now I have to add it to initiative. Where does it land? Ooh, it gets first go. Alright then.
Ragnar is standing right in front of him, challenging this creature.
Okay, let me see. Which thing do I go for first? The creature comes down off of its perch. Actually, wait. Give me a second, I need to check something. Yep. The creature comes down off of its perch and is moving bonelessly and jerkily as it throws out one of its hands, which as the hand is making its way around, grows these long claws that rake in the direction of Ragnar. Ooh, and I roll badly and miss. In which case it's going to use its second action to... Ooh, does that make sense? Let's see. Going to attempt to grab hold. And that fails as well. Lovely. What can I do for the last turn? Oh. Turns out there was a checkbox to do the eerie glow all along. And... Right, I am just going to try for a demoralize on the closest of you. But I don't get that either. Okay, moving on. Bastien, now you are okay where you are, so off you go. There is at least one disembodied head remaining, and now there's this eerie scarecrow thing.
Yeah. I think Bastien sees the scarecrow and is going to react to the burst, so he's going to come up here. What's that? 5, 10, 20.
Ragnar shouts, "There's a worthy foe for you, Bastien."
25 to there,
Please.
and then second move to here. I think that's as far as I can go.
You've got... Let's see, that's 25, that's what you've moved 40, you've got more, you can get a flank in.
Yeah, I'll go to them and swing my way around, looking through the corner as I go, and I'm going to take a big old swing at this scarecrow.
Cool.
Big old swing.
Big old swing is a big old hit.
Ooh,
yes.
Yeah.
Roll damage.
Ooh.
Maximum damage. Well, damn.
Brings the hammer, like a hammerhead,
Ow.
smacking into the side of it.
When the hammer smacks into the side of it, it actually stops. The thing jerks, and its head twists on the spot to turn 180 degrees to regard you.
Oh.
That didn't hit as hard as you expected it would.
Interesting.
That
Okay.
was 3 actions.
So what's my 3 actions?
Ragnar, before you do anything else, I need you to give me... Pardon me, that's the wrong thing. It's the aura that you are now in. I need you to give me a will saving throw, please. Well, good lord. Success. You do gain Frightened 1 from being in this creature's aura.
Yes.
Do you have
Ragnar
anything
is
that can
scared.
reduce a frightened condition?
Not yet.
Okay. Other than that,
Well-
you have 3 actions, off you go.
Ragnar is somewhat shaken, but he's steady and is trying to flank the creature with Roach.
So he wants to set up a flank for Roach, okay.
Okay.
Does that work with a reach weapon? Do I have to be next to the thing still?
I think it works.
Nope.
It works for me,
Yeah, it worked.
as an idea.
Okay. I mean,
Okay.
maybe to benefit Ragnar, like to see.
I'd be interested to see if the guys who coded the engine were clever enough to take a reach weapon into account. So
Yes,
I'm actually
they did.
very curious.
I'm pretty sure that it does normally, but again,
Yes,
depending
normally
on
it
what
does.
Absolutely it does, you're quite right. But I'm wondering if it counts when you are opposite someone with reach, so this is interesting. You're using telekinetic projectile. Okay. Which type? Bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing?
It's bludgeoning, I think.
So what is Ragnar lifting up that's blunt force that he's using as a projectile here?
Actually, Ragnar is combining his sword attack with his spell, so he's trying a spell strike. And
Oof, that missed.
Oh yeah. Unluckily,
unfortunate-
yes, but still some residual force makes Ragnar somewhat better protected. But unfortunately, that's it for him.
Okay.
He passes his turn to Caelemne.
Interesting. Chosen spell was Electric Arc. Caelee! Alright, you have
Caelee
a chattering
will-
head right next to you.
Roll will save, right?
Oh yes, we'll save as well, please. Yes, thank you very much. That is a success as well. You get frightened 1.
Okay, she will step forward 5 feet, and she is going to cast a spell, and I just closed my character sheet. Good job. Bless.
I will also note, usually the frightened condition goes away at the end of your turn.
Yes.
Ragnar still has his frightened condition. Just being in
Which
this
is-
creature's aura, its near vicinity, is horribly unnerving and just keeps the chill of fear there.
Yeah, it's like we
Okay,
can't
okay.
reduce it below that as long as we're in the emanation, or
Yes.
we start
Well, it
our turn
seems so
every
for the
turn
moment.
with a will save.
Speaking of emanations, though, you've quite nicely put down Aura Bless on yourself, which means everybody who's in that aura has automatically got the Bless added to them. So that was your move and 2 actions. Nice.
I didn't put you in there, Bastien, sorry. I was afraid of the claw.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Totally fine.
Rell. You are just outside of that emanation of the Scarecrow, so you are safe, but you are inside the emanation for Bless, so...
I think I'm going to try and figure out how I just did that thing earlier and try to repeat the Vitality Lash, but on the Scarecrow this time.
Okay.
Nice.
So, winding time back again. Whoop, 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 whoop. I tank that one. So roll damage, please. Nothing happens.
Ooh. Oh.
He attends church.
So that
I
should tell
think,
you something.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe
I
it's not
think-
an undead creature.
Well,
I'm
the
gonna try
target
to
does
brave
require
forward.
that it's undead,
Okay.
or otherwise has poison.
So that's your 3 actions. Thank you very much. Alright, lest we forget. The chattering heads. Well, I've got a choice of 2. Ippy dippy, my spaceshipy. You know what? It is a mindless undead. It is going to... I'm just going to do a flip of a coin. One it's Caelee, 2 it's Roach.
Bring it
Yeah,
on.
Caelee.
But Brian,
No.
Tell you what, I'll probably alternate the attacks. 1 Caelee, then Roach. That's a miss. Okay, switch targets.
you're so tanky.
More like he rolls low.
And rolls that one. Doesn't manage
Pharasma's
that
got your
either.
back.
Hacken. Trying its best, not doing much. Okay. What else can it do? It's going to try... Ooh. It's probably not the best idea. I'll just try Demoralize. See how we do. Whoa, no! It is entirely unconvincing as something scary, especially when there is that scarecrow in the near vicinity. So it tries to hiss and chatter and dart about in front of Roach's face to make him intimidated, and he's just like, dude, your breath. That's the frightening thing. And is now totally
It's just
immune to
giving
any
me-
further attempts from now on from that creature.
It's just giving me like enthusiastic puppy vibes. It's trying to bite and trip you up.
Speaking of Roach, Roach needs to give me a will saving throw, please. Oh, it was almost a 19. Instead, it's a 14, which I believe is indeed a failure. And the failure condition is frightened 2 and fascinated by the scarecrow until the end of your next turn.
Oh. What does that mean?
So essentially, you want to get as close to the scarecrow. You're going to use your action to get as close to the scarecrow as possible and just stay there.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll do that then.
Unless somebody can snap you out of it somehow. As you're just drawn in by these flaming eyes that just seem to eclipse everything else and shove every other thought out of your brain. Whilst also being uniquely terrifying. It's like being trapped in a nightmare where you're being drawn towards that really scary thing. Against your will. Your body moves, but your mind is screaming for you to stop. So, if you can just move yourself there, and unfortunately, whilst fascinated, that's pretty much all you can do. I think. Unless, let me just check, you're compelled to focus your attention, distracting you from whatever else is going on. You might be able to try and use a recall knowledge, but you couldn't cast a spell targeting it. And this ends if the creature uses a hostile action against you or an ally. Okay.
Okay.
I guess I'll recall knowledge then.
Sure, so target the creature, use your basic action macro to do recall knowledge, and we'll see what you get.
Okie doke. Recall knowledge.
Let's see. With all of the undead shenanigans going on around you, you are reasonably sure this is some kind of haunted scarecrow.
I knew it.
As such, it's probably the closest creature type I could probably draw a comparison to would be like an animated object. Whereas obviously the thing animating it is there's some kind of ghostly spirit. So it is going to have all the usual immunities and whatnot that an object does. So you can't expect to be able to stun it, or bleed it, or blind it, or anything like that. You could try using... you reckon you could try using cold or electricity on it, perhaps, in order to do extra damage? Maybe? To weaken its structural integrity, kind of idea. Other than that, beating it until it stops moving might work as well. Thank you for posting up the fascinated thing as well. Sorry, Nick, you were saying?
As a rules advocate, I suggest that Roach can attack it physically with no consequences. He cannot use concentrate actions, but not other attacks like strike and stuff like that.
Run that by me one more time, please.
Roach can physically attack the target if he's fascinated. He cannot attack other targets, but he can attack the target with physical attacks, but not with attacks that have concentrate trait, such as spells, which he cannot use.
Does that change your plan for your round then? Codes.
I mean, if I can attack it, I probably would. I mean, it's up to you how you're ruling it. I mean, I've never really encountered Fascinate before, so I'm cool either way.
Fascinate does not say that you can't, it just means that you're focused, so yeah, I'm game for that. It is drawing you in, though, and keeping your focus.
Yeah, so I guess I moved Recall Knowledge, and I guess my last one I'll attempt to strike it.
Sure. And that's a hit. That's a good hit, too.
Hope this guy's filled with candy.
Pinata! Pinata! 9 damage, very good. Doing less than you expected. But then you are essentially jamming a ranceur, which is, like what is that, like a fork? Into a hay bale, essentially.
I'll put it back up again. He obviously fell off his post, so I'll just...
That's super effective for theme, because you're supposed to use the pitchforks to get the hay together.
Oh, that's true.
Mm-hmm. Right, what is the dude do with this?
He also forced me into the perfect flanking position against him.
You had Frightened 2. That does go down to Frightened 1 at the end of your turn, but goes no further. Right, we start with the Crow of Scares. Let's see, which way... We don't like... It doesn't like being in this flank, so it's going to use one action to step.
Is he still attached to the post? Is he like hopping around like a pogo
No, he's
stick?
just detached himself from the post.
Oh, okay. I imagine he's like a pogo stick bouncing up and down.
Is going to strike at Bastien. Oh,
Well,
shoot.
Oh, no.
That's a critical hit.
I'm very used to that.
So, as it turns around, it finds a way to bury a claw in a vulnerable point. I didn't roll huge, though, but that's still 22. Bastien is down.
Down I go.
So
Yeah,
you have a choice.
That's karma for not following your god, by the way. There's a perfect undead here and you ignored it.
You
For a
do
bigger
have
undead.
a hero point if you wanted to spend it on not being dying and just want to be unconscious.
I'm okay to be unconscious at the moment, I think.
So you're all right with spending your hero point?
No, I think I'll go down for now.
All right, dying
How
one
much?
it is. Dying one it is. 1 down. Okay, it moved. It knocked you down. It is gonna go for... Well, let's try our luck. Let's go for Ragnar next.
Yes, I'm
That
no longer
is
fascinated
a
because it hurt.
miss. One end of the dice to the other. Never less.
So I'm no longer fascinated crit because he harmed a...
Yes,
ally.
indeed. So that can go. Borop. That is all the Scarecrow can do. Bastien, well, time to roll a death... recovery check.
I think I move in initiative, don't I, when I get knocked down to above, to before the skeleton, to before the scarecrow.
But, you know...
So that
what
I
the hell.
don't roll on immediately.
Yes.
It's to Ragnar now.
I keep forgetting that bit.
Yeah.
For reminding me. Right then. Ragnar,
worries.
your turn.
Ragnar is very worried about his companion, and he's taking the fight seriously.
You mean he
and
wasn't
is-
before?
No, not with
Okay.
those little heads, but now he is serious.
That is a point, though. Before you do anything, you need to give me another will
I will say,
saving throw. No, that's the wrong thing again. Eh. Where is the... No, that's the wrong thing.
yeah.
Where is the aura text? There it is.
Okay. The will save.
Failed. Ooh, you are frightened too and fascinated, which with you makes it frightened 3.
Frightened 3, I think, is frightened 2. Because it's a failure, not a critical failure, I think.
But it builds on what you had before.
It builds on. Oh.
Usually doesn't.
Usually it doesn't.
Usually
I'm
doesn't.
sure
It's replaced by the higher value in the
All right,
Yes,
then.
until
I
it's
stand
specified
corrected. I
otherwise.
will take that. That's fine. Frightened 2 it is.
Okay.
and fascinated.
But
So
fascinated
Ragnar-
as well, yes.
Yes, cannot cast spells against the creature, so he is just trying to strike at the thing. But
All
first,
right, then.
he's trying to
Flink.
make a flanking maneuver and then strike.
Go for it.
Yes.
Does Foundry automatically apply the off-guard condition when you do
It
this,
does.
or is it just built into your attack?
Oh, hello.
Oh yes.
That is a critical
Love
hit. Roll
That's
critical.
my revenge.
Well, damn. Big hit of the night.
And also, it's
Boom.
the card, which is
Don't worry about
which
the
is
card.
slashing damage.
I
Oh, yeah.
only pay attention to the critical fumble cards because they make it a little more interesting. The critical hits, I tend to stick with the double damage stuff, unless you want to do the critical hit cards as well. That is a miss.
Okay.
But that was a very successful turn. Alright, and of course your frightened condition goes down at the end of your turn. Caelee, you need to give me a will saving throw. $17. Was that enough? It is not. You are now frightened too and fascinated.
We love it.
Of course you do.
So Caelee, being unable to cast on anything but the Scarecrow, will, instead of her plan of snapping to and dealing out some healing, will cast a Divine Lance on the Scarecrow.
Alright. That is a success. Oof.
Horrible.
Do you want to re-roll that, or...?
No, she will take that, and she will also spend her last action to sustain her bless to increase the aura on it.
Okay. Unfortunately, the Divine Lance does nothing, which tells you something else.
Oh, that's horrible.
So, Vitality did nothing. Spirit,
Also, Spirit did nothing.
Nothing.
Metagame me says,
Metagame you should.
Metagame
Rell
me knows
needs
that
to
this is
give me
neither of those
a
things.
will saving throw as well. Rell.
Oh, do I drop down to frightened 1?
Oh, yes, please. You can just right-click on the frightened thing and do that. That's fine, that's great.
Sorry, I
Thank
sent
you.
it in before you.
Say again, sorry, Emilia, I missed that.
I sent it in before you pasted the leer.
18 is a success. You are merely frightened 1. Alright then, 3 actions, off you go.
Alright, let's start with healing Bastien.
So we're doing the 2-action one? Yes,
We're doing the
indeed.
2 action.
Apply healing, Bastien! What? So, no longer unconscious. Because you are
And
no
I had
longer-
something.
Go on.
I had something for it, but it moved out of position, so I'm gonna end my turn trying to move closer again.
Pacing after it.
Yep.
Alright then. Festering Gnasher is on the one person who is still there, so Mighty Bitey is a crit this time.
Oh.
How much can this
both
thing
in-
actually bite?
Are they
Let's
both-
find-
Are they both in my aura? Caelee is
outside of it.
I am outside
Caelee's
of it.
half in. So technically speaking, you could give Caelee the resistance if you really wanted to.
They
think I'm
both have to
outside
be
of it.
in the aura.
They both have to be.
Yeah, I think you have to. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're outside it as well.
Yeah, I'm just outside.
Doof. So let's see. Crimson damage is unharmed by the triggering damage. How to infuse? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and enemy damages your ally
and
on both.
both are in your champions. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Noted for later. In this case, that is 14 damage.
Damn.
So am I applying this or are you?
I will take it.
Oof.
Oh, gee.
Big hit as it manages to grab. Well, where do you imagine that the Nasher manages to actually bite to do that much damage?
My pinky.
It's a gusher.
The pinky.
That's my brain stored in there.
You need to also
No,
give
I
me a
imagine I'm
fortitude
not very
saving
happy
throw.
about it.
We were mocking this 20 seconds ago.
Oh, it's horrible.
That is a fail. So.
Oh, God.
Just eats my pinky.
Keep
Oh,
the
no.
dog, keep the dog wick going home.
Well, maybe it doesn't eat the whole pinky, but unless you want it to, of course. But it's certainly dirty mouth. So something might have to look out for later. But for now, that was its first action, which was big hit. It's going to try a second one, which is a miss. A critical miss. It's the opposite end of the spectrum. As such, I have a look at the deck, and it says you hit yourself instead of the target.
Yeah.
No, you have
Bites.
no way to hit yourself. You
It
bit your tongue.
bites its own tongue.
It's choking on your pinky.
It's choking
That's
on the
true.
pinky. All right, I'll take that.
The pinky's fighting back.
That's a blessed pinky bit there.
Damn. Parasma's pinky. It's your new unarmed attack.
It's gonna try it.
Like if you ever get a familiar, it should just be a pinky with like angel wings attached to it.
Yes.
Needless to say, the demoralize does not work. Roach, Papa Roach. You need to give me a will saving throw, I'm afraid.
Yes, sir.
And into pieces.
Oh, that's a good one.
Bitter.
That is a good one. Therefore, frightened stays at 1.
Who would
Right
I
on.
take?
Okay.
Bastien on the floor, get mauled to death. You got a lady behind me getting her pinkies eaten. Not looking good. I think I'll go with the scarecrow because this aura's pretty nasty. So I will attempt to skewer him. That's not good.
Now, it is 28 minutes until the end of the session. You do have a hero point.
Yeah, let's do that.
Ooh, that's better.
Something. Yeah.
The other end of the
Nice.
dice. There we go. That is a hit. Roll damage.
Oh, well, not good.
Ooh, minimum possible, but it's still damage. But
Yeah,
poof.
he's gonna rotate on his heels and try to take the flying head out of the sky.
Okay. That is a hit as well.
Yes, Roach.
Yes.
Yes, Roach.
This one splat. Impaled at the
Nice.
end of the rancer. And probably still there when he goes to hit the scarecrow next turn.
And for my last action, he is going to move to here to try to get his attention for Bastien to whack in the back.
Okay. Alright. Bastien, you are prone on the floor and need to give me a will saving throw.
Saving throw. Yes. Willpower
That's
short.
good.
Nice.
That's good. So you are
Get it.
only
Ooh.
frightened 1. Okay, you are prone on the floor.
Yep. I'm going to stagger to my feet.
So you can just right click on the stair icon for prone. Thank you. Yep, one action
Yeah.
done.
That's one. I'm going to take a big swing with my hammer, which I'm still holding.
Hammer time.
Come on. Big swing.
That is a hit. A very palatable
Nice.
hit.
Now,
Damage.
this is something I was going to ask before. If you look, my weapon has the raising trait, which is good at damaging objects, structures, and vehicles. So I don't know if it's supposed to do extra damage to this object.
Raising. Whenever you deal
Including
damage to an
shields and animated
object.
objects.
Good point.
Oop, I just missed it. What was that? The object takes an amount of additional damage equal to double the number of weapon damage dice. So, 2.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it is applying that or not, but
Okay, which essentially jumps your damage up to 9. So rather than what it would do, which would be to knock that down to 2, it actually takes 4. Okay.
okay.
Yes, so as a result of the Earthbreaker, it does seem to do a good bit of extra, even though it's not doing all the damage you expect. It does do more
Okay.
as a result of raising. Nicely pointed out.
I will, in that case. So I've hit this thing twice with the blunt end. Times it's reduced it. So I'm gonna spin it around and take a swing with the pointy end, so the back end of it.
Versatile, using its piercing damage instead. Nice.
Yeah, just to see if that triggers anything. If I hit.
Sure. Good idea.
Okay. Like this.
Oh dear.
Well. Oh.
Now, you do have a hero point if you want to re-roll that
Yes.
to not make it a critical miss.
Yes, I will use my hero point here.
That's better, and that's a hit.
Oh, nice.
Now roll
Okay,
damage.
let's see if piercing helps out.
Let's find out. Middling
So it's
damage.
still raising.
It's still raising, so it does 2 more. As a result of that, it does 9, 10, 11. No, still does less than you expect, because
Okay.
you get through and you get hey
Hey.
as you move through and pull out the other end. Okay.
I should have been aiming for the pumpkin on its head.
Well.
That's my 3.
Alright. Creature. Not liking the fact that it is still surrounded, but let's see what we can't do. Teach you guys a lesson. Okay, this one's attacking Ragnar, which gets a hit. Not a crit, but a hit nonetheless.
I will call upon Pharasma.
Yep. So,
Get this thing to repent its ways. So you choose whether or not it repents or if it refuses to repent.
Oh, no, that's...
Unless it's madness.
Doink. It's going to... Let's see. To the triggering damage, or the ally gains resistance to damage equal to the triggering damage plus your level. After the damaging is applied, it becomes enfeebled. Well, it doesn't know that, and it is not going to repent. It's going to refuse. So, essentially, Nick, there's the text effect champions resistance, which I think you drop on yourself.
Yes.
So that you gain resistance to the damage that's about to be incoming.
Got it.
And we will
To the
apply
shadows.
enfeebled at the end. Yes, go on, sorry.
And we lose Fascinated because he did a hostile action.
Yes. Bye-bye Fascinated. So by all means take that away.
Oof.
Mental damage coming in as well because it affects those who are frightened. So let's see if this applies the right amount. You take 10 damage instead of 16, but Ragnar is still down to 0. So, again, the choice. Are you going to be
I think
dying
he
or
took
unconscious,
double
Nick?
damage there.
Looks like he took it twice there.
Did he take it twice?
Yes.
Oh, that's not...
Yes,
well,
because-
he's still down to 0, by the way.
No, I'm not to 0.
Not to
Not
0?
yet.
Why did it hit you twice then?
You both applied it.
I both
Yes,
applied.
you applied it to me, I think.
Right. You take the damage this time.
Okay.
Right then. There we go. That adds up. That's better.
Yes. Here we go.
Do you
All
now
right.
need to take off the pin's resistance because it only works on that one?
Take off fascinated as well as I give this thing enfeebled.
I think that'll help.
Let's see. That was its first thingamajoo. I'm going to frustrate Rell a bit more.
Yeah.
I'm going to frustrate Rell twice by trying to go for her with the second. Oh, that was a miss. Thank you, enfeebled. Alright, nope, that's all it can do. Ragnar, will saving throw as before, please.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I gotta move the emanation.
Failure again.
Failure again, so fascinated and frightened too, so. Spoop.
I think
Oops,
you've
it is.
still got champion's resistance on. I think.
Yes, which I should take off. Okay. And Ragnar is moving closer to the creature. And as frightened and fascinated as he is still trying to strike the creature with his mighty blade.
Mighty blade away, because that is a hit. Take this thing out of the way.
Nice.
Yes,
Very
flanking
good hit.
Caelemne is helping so much. Okay.
Woof!
Damn.
Oh, that's a big hit.
Ooh.
It's swaying. There's pieces of it missing. It's holding on just by woolen thread. But that
The
next
second
one missed.
desperate slash is going nowhere, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, there was less of it to hit that time since you destroyed so much of it. But, frightened is gone. Caelee, the will saving throw again, please. Oh,
Look
well.
at that.
Oh,
Mine
you
like a
are
steel
now
trap.
immune for the next 24 hours.
Yes, Caelee, yes.
Sick. We love that. Kaylee's feeling very ineffective here, and she is going to spin both hands in the same incantation. First, using a one-action heal on herself.
Okay.
Go me. And then second, a two-action heal on Ragnar.
Thank
Nice.
you, my lady. Not only flanking, but also healing.
Ooh, and a big
little
old
bit better
heal
that
it is
time.
too.
And all the blessings.
Spinning up and channeling stuff and feeling great about herself. She is done.
Yes, the party
Well,
is feeling good.
That saving throw once again, if you please. Oof.
Oh, damn.
Oof.
These for husband. These
Now
for
we're getting used to
husband.
it.
You will.
that's-
Whoa.
Just remains frightened one. Okay. 3 actions, off you go.
Yeah, it feels really overkill given how like broken down he already is, but I've been wanting to do it.
Funeral flames!
I'm gonna set this thing on fire. Hopefully not with the whole field.
Well, that's a
Hell
good
yeah.
One end of
love
your
that.
weapon
Oh my God.
ignites, becoming wreathed
It's
in
so
blue
bright.
flame.
No, I'm using the hero point.
Yes.
Yes,
you
do.
are.
Absolutely
Hell
do.
yeah.
That's
Come
a
on.
hit. That's a hit.
Yes!
They even gave you a spin when it did
Hit.
the animation.
I love that.
Yeah.
Whoppa!
Amazing.
Maximum damage. Whoosh! Goes up in flame. Naught but
Yes.
ash remains.
That was so cool.
Those mighty Pharasmian are scary.
Damn, are they scary. Well done.
Yes.
Needless to say,
Just-
the sinister light goes away, as do your frightened and fascinated conditions.
I just saw Nick's message in chat about by default dropping weapons when you go unconscious. I know that is
Yeah, sure, but what the
an
hell?
optional. It's an optional rule for DM, so it's just up to you if whether or not you want to have that.
I let you do
I
the
think there is a
attack.
setting.
I can't
Yeah,
work that back. It's fine.
No
it's
worries.
a whacking great hammer. When you get up, you put your hand on the haft and pick it up.
Perfect.
Okay.
Just wanted to double check. That's all.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
As this thing lights up in fire, Roach jumps back and drops to the ground terrified.
Terrified because
Sorry.
of the fire.
That seems to be the thing that's caused them such fear. Rell,
Oh,
can you
well.
put that out?
I immediately extinguish the
You can't
stuff.
give me something like that and not make me want to capitalize on it, does it? No. You do not set the
Let it
cornfield on
burn.
fire. All right.
Let it burn, I say.
All
And
right. No. The fire is restricted to just the end of Rell's weapon, and the fire on the scarecrow goes out pretty quick as it just becomes naught but ash at the end. All right.
Hey, that was insane.
that was some very nice teamwork. Ragnar points his sword to the sky and recites a short prayer to Regathiel. He's very grateful for his companions. I mean, to his
Yeah.
companions.
Hey, Roach,
You did
you
very
get hit,
nice.
I'm fine.
sure? You a bit woozy, a little unsteady there. I thought that was my job to be unsteady.
No, I was just surprised by the fire as well. I'm fine.
The rest of these two.
I'll be more
Bill.
mindful next time.
Mindful of what?
Well, I didn't mean to freak him out. Sorry, Roach.
Oh, it's fine. You don't know me, and the things that scare me is, yeah. I didn't mean to just snap at you at all.
Are you not a fan of the flames?
Well, actually, it's just, all of a sudden, a lot of stuff's happening. Dead animals and undead and whatnot. It's just, just got to me as well.
Sorry, I didn't get anything on. I was just admiring Rell's handwork. Flames can be unexpected.
Yeah, I understand that. Too well.
Okay. Well, at least two of you are still injured.
Yeah, Bastien's going to put his hand onto his heart and sort of make a spiral gesture as he rubs his heart and lay on hand.
Ooh, they added sound effects now. Nice.
Yeah.
Vom. All right then. Bastien
And
touches
assuming
himself
we
and
don't
feels
feel
much
like
better.
Assuming we don't feel like we're in danger, then Caelee will just start treating her wounds.
Yeah, no problem.
Did you want a hand there, maybe?
Seems
Nope.
she's very competent at doing it herself.
Cool.
And she's
I
got
wasn't sure if
a
I-
suture thread in her teeth.
Pinky's a little backwards.
No, fine,
Yeah.
thank you.
That's why you don't ask for consent. You just go touch someone. Wait, no, that's probably wrong.
Remember,
sir?
kids, consent is everything. Always ask for consent. Moving on. Sorry.
Assuming we weren't in a rush, that action would have been just a standard treat wounds and
Yes.
not a battle medicine. So during that time, she will also refocus.
Which is a good point. Anybody who's got
Refocus.
10 minutes and wants to refocus or indeed regain their various abilities can do so. Neato. Well,
Not
that
needed.
was something.
That guy was fun. It's kind of looking at the smoldering pieces that were put out and a little bit of smoke coming up. So what about that dog?
Yes, that's what I wanted to ask. What about the dog? Caelemne, please study the corpse. You have, among all of us, you have the best skills in medicine.
Still needle and thread in hand. On it. And Caelee will go to look at the corpse that was being gnawed on by heads.
I will say that as Caelee is dealing with her own wounds, she does notice that that big pinky wound that she took is starting to... The skin around the wound is starting to look a bit red and inflamed.
Ew, gross.
But other than that, having a look at the dog, without needing any kind of medicine roll whatsoever, it seems fairly obvious the dog was gnawed to death. So it seems that it was very likely that these floating head things, these festering gnashes, were responsible for the dog's death.
Ragnar
So they-
asks Caelemne, does it, maybe it bleeded, did it bleed before it died? I'm thinking about the source of blood on the monument. Is there a possibility it was
That's a
used
good question.
that way?
Can I match the blood?
You don't... Can you match the blood? From the amount of blood spilled on the floor, it seems like this dog emptied its... was emptied of its contents here. So
Okay, so not used
there's-
for the painting.
yeah.
Painting. The,
there's enough blood
Okay.
here to suggest that this dog was killed here, and all the blood
Okay.
you would expect to be in a dog is spattered about the place.
That's not a relief. The dog's still dead.
The dog is
Yes,
still there.
poor doggy is dead, which is
Caelee will look up at Rell and just, how do we tell them?
Okay, read, and we don't need to tell the kids. We tell them it's gone to a farm in a neighbouring village.
Is
What do you-
that really how they're teaching you how to deal with grief at Pharasma's temple of all places?
I mean, that's what told me about. It was when went away to live on another farm.
or maybe it's time to teach kids some lessons of Pharasma.
Caelee will nod, but also start to wonder if Bastien got his training from a celebrity school.
Oh dear.
Oh, Bastien's just
Well,
digging a hole for the
dog?
for the corpse.
Ah,
Yeah.
see,
In the
you know
field?
what it is. You're just all in act. You know how to do this.
Mm-hmm. It's fine. It's okay. Thing we don't necessarily need to need to upset the kids anymore.
Well, whilst we're on the business of disposing of bodies, I mean, at least 2 or 3 of those heads were pretty much obliterated by various really powerful blows. So, what are you doing about the one that wasn't obliterated?
We burn it with the scarecrow, with the rest of them,
Well, the
and all
scarecrow
the
is
unholy.
pretty much taken care of, but yes, okay.
Yeah, but all these unholy assholes.
Game Master, can I recall knowledge on the Scarecrow, because I have absolutely no idea what the hell it is.
You can try, absolutely, you can try. So what you can do, target the creature and then use the basic action macro to roll recall knowledge, and we'll see what you come up with.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay. Ragnar having a sit down, having a think, replaying the whole thing through his mind, is unconvinced that the scarecrow was any kind of undead creature. Whether or not Roach voiced his opinion as to what he thought it was, Ragnar would move in sympathy with that kind of assessment. It certainly seemed to take damage as if it was some kind of animated object. Now, the way it went up in flames very, very quickly suggested it had a weakness to fire, which makes sense because it was a scarecrow. So it was mostly the materials it was made of. But yeah, this thing acted more like some kind of animated object and therefore was more of a construct than it was an undead.
yes.
Which means it was a created creature.
Using some kind of mental magic to augment its abilities to scare
Indeed.
crows. And not crows only.
It seemed to be... its abilities and its effectiveness seemed entirely based around fear.
Okay, makes sense for a scarecrow. Ragnar shares his thoughts with his companions.
So what does everybody else make of that?
Ah, yes, the super scarecrow.
And quite possibly we might have destroyed someone's property which was guarding the field. And maybe we should compensate the farmer somehow. Maybe.
Do you
Ragnar
want to have a
scratches
word with
his
the farmer
helmet.
to have a word with him about this?
I think it's an honorable thing to do. Yes, I think we should.
Okay. I can save us some time and summarize it this way by stating that the farmer is very surprised to find out that there were floating heads and one of his scarecrows was animated. He does not recall putting any kind of specialized scarecrow in his field at all. They were just mundane ones. So he's actually rather shocked and horrified to discover that one of his scarecrows actually started moving all by itself and attacking people.
That's interesting.
Sure, it's
Okay.
fine.
Yes,
With
Bastien.
it, I'm sure it's fine now. I'm sure you don't have anything to worry about going forward. Eek. Sheriff.
Well,
But does the farmer know anything about the unfortunate dog we found? Or is
if
it his
you
dog?
tell him about the dog, then he will recognize the name Old River as the dog that tends to be about town. Homeless dog. Everybody treats it almost like treated it, pardon me, as the unofficial Ravengro mascot. as far as anybody knows, Old River just lived in a spot underneath the pagoda, the stairs of the pagoda.
It has a home. Yeah, it has a home now.
The farmer's all right with Old River being buried in his field. Everybody liked Old River.
Cycle of life. Yes, the cycle of life. It'll help your crops eventually. Just don't be surprised if when you're tilling the earth. We buried it pretty deep, but okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Ragnar says maybe we should invite kids for the funeral. They love the dog, and this can teach them a lesson about life and death. And also the dog fought bravely against those undead heads, and that is also a lesson to the children. Maybe I can make a lecture on that if you don't like to.
Well, it's certainly a consideration. Are you guys going to throw a big funeral for Old River?
I'm okay with the funeral to help the kids process, but perhaps they don't really need a lecture.
Maybe, but I'm not very good with kids and talking, so the only thing I can give them is a religious lecture on how the dog bravely fought with the undead, and they should follow the dog's example. And Ragnar shrugs.
I'm great with kids. I can probably talk to them, explain to them, what happened.
Oh yes, nice. If a champion of Pharasma can do that, that's perfectly fine with me. You can do a better job than me, probably. So go ahead, Bastien.
I mean, I am a people person, as I think you all are very aware by now.
Very much so.
So this seems to be what you are doing with the, not exactly the remainder of the day, but a good remaining portion of it is essentially sending out news that there's going to be a funeral, a wake kind of thing for Old River. And then Bastien is going to be... Are the rest of you sure you want to let Bastien take the lead in this cycle of life and death speech?
Ragnar trusts Bastien completely. He's the champion of Pharasma and best suited for that task.
The others?
Caelee feels less so and guides Bastien in making sure that his last rites essentially for the dog are correct and best delivered. While I'm not a people person, I do know the best way to convey the woes of life and death.
Exactly.
Thanks, Caelee.
Basically gives you notes. Cool.
Yes. I definitely remember all of this from the rites and rituals that I definitely studied. But it's good to have a reminder from you, Caelee. Thank you.
Definitely
sees the writing on the inside of his gauntlet.
Yeah.
Sense motive. Oh, sorry, deception check. Right. Never mind.
Initiative.
It was Bastien all along, you just didn't see it. Well, that's a damn good deception check.
Yeah. I mean, I'm Pharasma adjacent. No one needs to know the specific difference at the moment.
Pharasma adjacent. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm like 5 steps to her left or something. Yeah.
I mean, technically I worship Pharasma as part of the Grave Lady's Guard rather than as a direct Pharasmodian or whatever.
Pharasmin, I think, is the word.
Pharasmin, yeah.
I think more extremely zealotous for destroying undead, which is kind of along the lines of where Caelee is, but she came from the cloth in Pharasma and just kind of helped with Grave Lady's Guard. As Grave Lady's Guard as a pantheon is like, destroy undead, destroy undead, destroy undead!
Yeah, exactly.
Which you've been doing pretty well at so far.
Yes, that's why Ragnar loves Bastien that much. Because this is his creed also, destroy undead. So
Brothers in arms. Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, look at us. We're all in it together. Definitely all very well mentally adjusted. There's no issues here with anyone.
Yes. Kindred soul.
And on that great note is where, unfortunately, we're going to have to leave it for this week, as we have sadly run out of time. But, yes, more strangeness abounds, and stuff is certainly getting more serious as time goes on. Ghostly horse and carriages, and now floating heads and animated scarecrows. Plus, let's not forget that somebody has defiled the memorial once again. What is all of this leading towards? I'm afraid we're going to have to wait until next week, which is going to be, well, May has now disappeared and we're about to go straight into June, so how are folks looking for the 4th of June?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Nice.
Excellent. In which case, I thank those few folks who came along and had a look at what we were up to. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube later on and you've come across this video by chance that the algorithm has shown you, and you thought this was entertaining enough, then maybe think about giving us a like. Who knows if it'll make any difference to the algorithm. But hey, we can but try. In either case, thanks to my fantastic players, as per usual, for being awesome. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. Take care of yourselves, treat each other with kindness and respect, but always remember, if you're confronted with a wall in your dream where your name is being spelled out in blood, yeah, run. Until next time, folks. See you around.